because we're going to be under the new covenant, because everyone's going to know under the law.
But evidently they don't know. That's why we still have to be out here. You know, to either to offer him the branch of salvation through this word, or condemnation through this word. You know.
And then Nate keeps remixing the MOT to the B scriptures. Because he doesn't want to substantiate that the RFID is the MOT to the B. Like we've been saying, but even vocabs acknowledge the MOT to the B is the RFID chip, man. So he's the devil, man. So if he can acknowledge it, how come Nate can't? Nate can't see it.
He'll probably flip around on that too. You know, they're all gonna do that, man.
The reason why Nate can't see it is because he's been paid off, man. 100%. Not to see it, man. Not to teach it. And to divert the scriptures any way possible, man, as much as you can. Until the chip comes out.
When the MOTV comes out, right, they're all going to be making excuses. Every last one of them, right? As to why it's not the mark of the beast, because they're not going to want the ramifications of not taking that seal, right? Because they're going to want to get fed and get access to things and whatever, right? Like, Nate's going to lose all these privileges. So, you know, if he's not signed up, because he already got you on fucking legal documents already, your government names, all kinds of shit to be in the church, right? But you're going to have to get put on that digital register, man. Your congregation's going to need to get to see it, right? If you don't, or Nate doesn't do it, guess what? He ain't going to be 501c3 no more. He ain't going to have special privileges in being a church or whatever, tax free.
And I think by the time the CHIP comes out, and which could be this year, made mandatory. However, IUIC is going to be already disbanded, or they're going to be disbanded as soon as they make that CHIP mandatory, man. Because
Nate probably already got one.
His congregation are a bunch of zombies, man. So when Trump makes that announcement saying you got to get this digital ID by so and so date, otherwise you're off the grid, his thing's going to be they're going to end up like the ICGJC. All of a sudden, everyone's just going to,
smite the shepherd.
Yeah, just like sheep going to scatter, basically. Running to hide it and all that, man. The IUIC is for real, man. You've been warned so many times, man, but it's coming down to the wire. So what are you gonna do, man, when the MOT to the B is actually made mandatory? What are you guys gonna do?
Well, it's like a lot of these things in this world, right? IUIC, as far as Israelite camps go, they're well known and profitable, right? They've been exalted among Hebrew Israelites, put it that way, right? But then, like the same way you go up, the further you have to come down, right? And all these places are like the house built upon sound. The great was the fall of that house. Because you don't build on your Hawashai, you build on Christ.
You don't push the name.
So you're going to be a great fall in these houses, man.
Yeah, your Hawashai is not your rock, because you don't even push the name.
That's right.
You're coming in the name of Jesus, man. The other white meat, man. Another Messiah. Scriptures talk about you come in the name of another Messiah. Yeah. It's a curse onto you, basically. If you're pushing Serapis Christus and, Eos, Christos and all that, you ain't pushing your Hawashai, man. Those are two different entities you're pushing right there.
Yep. This is one of the points that was made. Matthew 6 and 2. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound the trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you.
They do things to be seen of men, man. Giving alms is a good thing, but if you're doing it in the midst of men to be shown that, this guy's charitable, like to say he's the only guy that gives to the congregation, you're not doing it out of the sincerity of your heart. You're just like the IUIC, they do things not out of the sincerity of their heart for the truth. They do it to be seen of men and to magnify their own selves instead of the Lord.
It's the same as praying out in the open.
Yeah, like the
right? You
Muslims
do it because you want to seem more holier than everybody else, right? And people, he's really devout because he's out in the streets bowing down and praying. It's the same. It's public displays. You want public displays. That's why you go out marching, right? You want to be seen, because he said you want to be seen in the community.
Yeah.
The Baal Barith spirit, right? You want to be seen of people. Because you want the respect. You want you want to bring in followers through those things, rather than the word
I was going to say, plus probably one of the things that they can then tick off and say, look, this is how we were in the community doing stuff. Because as part of that program, they have obligations, as part of that 501c3.
They have a standing army. But what are you going to do when Esau says the martial law?
The actual army.
Into the ghettos where your congregation is. You niggas ain't gonna be marching in the streets on that day.
Hey, you're gonna get rounded up and put in these concentration camps that have been set up around America,
Exactly,
man.
man.
You know, all these like disused facilities, or these facilities that can be used for any type of purpose, really. You know, a lot of that stuff was going on during COVID. You know, these facilities being put up.
Excel Center and
Cell
stuff.
Center, yeah.
Which-
You're gonna get grabbed up. You and your purple garments, you're gonna end up in a
Even these tent cities that along the Mexican border right now that they're popping out, they can use those.
What about like disused? Because there's not going to be any industry in that time. All of those factory, that's like, especially when you look at like the way the shape of it, like a factory or something, or a warehouse. It's just flat and open. You just put some things in there.
Yeah.
People
Put some walls
can
up.
yeah.
It's an open prison.
Yeah, like have you seen the inside of IKEA? As in the one that was that got turned into a nightclub,
Yeah, it's Tottenham. Yeah.
the Tottenham one. But basically, when you see it in the construction, like when it's like bare empty, you just see you could fit bare people in there.
Of course.
You know, I mean, it's a
Arenas.
15,000.
Well, Trump just opened up Guantanamo Bay for
Exactly.
illegal immigrants, right? to
Prisons.
support them there,
30,000.
You know, because apparently there was only 15 guys that from the whole terrorist era. So they got rid of them somehow. You know, prison swaps and that kind of shit.
And there's also got, they also said in El Salvador they'll take them down there as well.
Yeah.
They'll take any illegals down there,
So,
migrants.
so why is it they're starting to do all this now? Why is everybody just opening up all of a sudden? Because Trump's twisting people's arms. Like, he's that great of a man, he could twist everybody's arm, and everyone just opens up and say, "Yo, we'll take some of these guys."
Exactly.
Or you're gonna take some of these guys.
Also,
Convenient enough, innit?
a lot of countries now are talking about basically putting immigrants in camps. Even the EU, certain places in the EU, they're saying it. So it's and when you see the pictures, it's pictures of it may be like cushion that or ham, but these people don't know the difference. They're just seeing black people in Europe, and they're seeing the so-called Latin-looking people in the Americas being put into these camps. They're telling you with those actions and with that imagery what they're about to do.
Let's get Revelations 2 and 10 on it.
Because there's nothing stopping, like, you know, you might say, oh, American Constitution and laws and, you know, all this kind of things there, but, like, remember when they were hunting man ISIS down, innit, right? And there was an American among them, right? And they blew him up, right? He was meant to be tried as an American, right? He weren't tried, he got blown up, right? They just took him out, right? And that was against, you know, their constitutions and that type of shit, right? So there's nothing, especially in the time of martial law, things like that, when these things don't matter. You might say, oh yeah, but it's just for illegals right now.
Yeah.
That can change at any time. Anytime they want to put someone else in there, they can. You know, they might even revoke your citizenship, and then you become an illegal. You know, they could do that too. Oh, you're not really American. You're extremist and this and that. We're gonna revoke this and that. They could do that.
Look at Windrush, the Windrush generation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So these things are not strange. You might think it's unlikely, but it's not impossible to do. They've done it before.
that's it. Yeah, I was gonna say as well, because even remember during the L downs,
Yes.
you know, when they made everybody get those shots, you know, people didn't think that, you know, that they had a choice, because people were saying, oh, my body, my choice, but it weren't their choice
Yeah,
then.
you was getting locked in, man. You couldn't leave the country
You know,
unless you could, you could verify the fact that you had it done.
Well, that just shows you you ain't got no rights, you got privilege.
That's it. And the same thing's gonna be with the MOTB when it comes, man. You know, you're gonna need verification because they're gonna need to identify you, right? And that's how they're gonna verify you, because they're gonna scan your see it.
Let's get these scriptures though, man. Revelation 2 and 10.
Probably.
Revelation 2 and 10.
Revelation 16 and 68.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
So who's the devil is talking about there? It's not talking about a spiritual demon. It's talking about a physical man. Even in the etymology, you look up the word there, it's talking about actual physical man that's living on the earth, known as the Edomites. And the top devil in America right now is who? Nero 2.0, aka DJ Trump. Right? He's going to be the last Trump when the seventh trumpet is blown, which is talking about the nuclear missiles, man. He's going to lead America down that road to perdition, which is destruction, man. That nuclear fire. But before that happens, he's going to put a lot of you jakes. And he already said it before he was put into office, and he signed the executive orders. He's going to put a lot of you jakes in them prisons. He's already doing it now with the ICE raids and all of that. But apparently some of them are getting released. But things are going to get so bad, because even Elder Amwan Gabar from GMS NY just put out the video of people panic buying all the eggs in the stores.
Yeah.
I just did a sit down on that.
true, isn't it?
Yeah. So people are panic buying because of the eggs and dairy products. Just going crazy. In 10 minutes, all the shelves was empty. And it tells you what, in the second it was 6 and 22. But the storehouses are going to be, the full storehouses are going to be empty. We're coming into that time, man. Famine, great destruction upon the earth. So Trump is going to put so many jakes in that prison system. Like America's just going to become an open prison itself.
But this is what I was saying. It's
Prison
funny.
planet.
It's funny and convenient the fact that like these prisons have been known to be like overfull for ages now,
Yeah.
right?
And now
But now they're finding all these spaces.
because they got them FEMA camps. Them FEMA camps
know?
ain't been used.
Trump just comes into power. Next thing that you can put 30,000 people here, you can put this many people here. El Salvador's going to take these people.
Yeah,
It's just funny how things are just opening up now. We're heading into this time soon, man.
Because all them camps have been laid dormant for so many years since like Obama's time. It's the DHS and all that. All them hollow tip point bullets.
That's it. It's all
They've
been in
got all that-
preparation.
all that in
It's all
storage.
refurbished.
It's all that storage is there, and it's there. If someone wants to get Ezekiel 21 and 9, it's there waiting. But finish that.
That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
So even certain men out of the camps are going to get hemmed up. Not saying you're going to get, put to death like the 2/3, but you're going to be in certain men that might be in certain circumstances where the Esau will come knocking on your door and you might get arrested. They did it to the Lord, they did it to the disciples, they arrested them. Peter and them was in jail, and then they got broken up by the angel. Even our Lord and Savior Yahushua was arrested, by the wicked scribes and Pharisees and brought to the Romans and all that, Pontius Pilate and that. So, we're not exempt. The scripture says the servant's not greater than the master. So if all these things happen to the Lord said these things are going to happen to us in these last days too. So we have to be prepared for it. And he's already bringing back the death penalty. He said, I think he even said that last week, he's going to bring back the death penalty as well for the migrants that are going to that he wants to send to Guantanamo Bay, and the ones that I want to send to El Salvador because they're taking them prisoners down there. He said he's going to bring back the death penalty for them gangsters and all that. And then they've been doing all these gang raids as well, locking up gangs and all that in Brooklyn and all that. The rest of the big gang over there. And then you got all these niggas still pushing, like Jim Jones and that, pushing Bloods and Crips and shit. Man, they're all 50 years old talking about wearing red blood. Because he's part of the agenda as well. He's there as a ruse to push Jake to be dysfunctional and be degenerate, man. To get these youngsters to be into that gang lifestyle and get arrested and do dumb shit.
And another thing that's happened as well, right? They're sending all these ammunitions and weapons to Ukraine right now, right? Half of them not even staying in Ukraine, right? And this Esau's dodgy dealings is supplying arms around the world, right? And it's going back to, supposedly back to these Mexico gangs and that kind of stuff, trying to cross the border and shit, right? They're fueling the need for this crackdown. They're fueling the need for the crackdown. Because they're so fucking dangerous. But you're the one arming them. Esau is the sick devil, man.
Because he knows he needs the chaos, so he needs to enable the chaos. So he's got to, basically fund it. He's got to fund his own war. That's what Esau does. He funds his own wars, man.
Well, he's the Lord of war. He's the Lord of war, man. All he wants is instability and chaos. So that's what he's providing.
And then it comes into order.
Yeah.
Order out chaos, man. The daily is like, you got sick of it. You finished that one? Oh.
Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
And like Prophet is talking about, it's going to be a time of testing, the trial of man. But the Lord said 2 parts therein are going to be cut off and died. But the third part is going to bring through what? The fire, man. Because they're going to be tried and tested. It's not to destroy us, but we, this whole being us being in this truth is not just going to be a walk in the park. This is why we go through the hell, the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs in this truth. Because the Lord's preparing you. Yeah, He's preparing us. And the word patience is what means what to suffer. So the Lord's preparing you for what's to come. And basically that trial, that ultimate trial is going to be when the hour of temptation comes. Because it's not going to be an easy thing to just say, no, I'm not going to take the seed here. And you see other people eating in front of you. You got to have mad faith to be like, fuck it then, I'm just not going to eat. While other people are eating plates of food in front of your face. Not necessarily in front of you, but not necessarily in front of you, but you're going to see people going around shopping and all that, living life, and you're not going to be able to get anything.
I got mine though. All that shit.
And then you're going to be on the run as well. And then on top of that, you're going to be on the run from the authorities. Authorities going to be chasing you down, so you're going to be out of energy, no food in there, no nutrients in your body. and you just got to eat it. You just got like, I'm just gonna believe in the Lord, let the Lord deal, trust in the Lord basically. Let the Lord take care of me, and the Lord will, because that's when the Lord's gonna have to open up and show His miracles, like He did in times past with Habakkuk and you know those men, Daniel back then and all that. He fed these men. He didn't. Elijah. He didn't leave them to die in the wilderness with that. When it's time to get fed, they was getting fed.
With our backs against the wall, man.
Yeah, even the Lord fed 5,000 wicked ass jakes with fishes and bread. You know what I'm saying?
Rain manna from heaven.
Yeah. So the manna came from heaven. All of that in Egypt. So the Lord is going to come through for His men. But that's going to be a part of that trial, man. To test your will, not our will, but to test it. If you got the faith to go all out, are you willing to die for the Lord if you have to? If it comes to it. That's what it comes down to. So that's why it said, he that's faithful unto death shall receive that crown, man. And that's an incorruptible crown that no one can take from you. Only you can claim, and you're going to be exalted from that day on. Because it's going to be known who am I chosen. We're going to read that anyway.
Just a quick thing. Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord Jehovah thy God is in the midst of thee. Sorry, the Lord Jehovah thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save, he will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing.
Do you believe in that? Do you believe the Lord is mighty? Do you believe the Lord can deliver you at times of trouble? Right? From the perils?
Yeah.
Because a lot of you Israelite kinds are behaving like you can't, but you won't. You know? You're making contingency plans.
Are you actually acting like they've been saved already? That's why you guys ain't ready for what's coming, man. When all hell breaks loose, you guys are going to be scattering like mice, man. Because then you're going to be all scratching your head like, I thought Jacob's trouble was over with and all that.
Why are you suffering?
What's going on, mate? I thought you said the same chip and all that. You guys are going to be looking stupid as hell, man.
Yeah.
Then you're going to try and run to the elders. The elders are going to be like, nah, man. Go to the sellers and buy it, man.
The unwise virgins, isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 5 that are wise and 5 that are foolish.
That's right.
Because you guys are on that zombie spell, man. We're trying to tell you need the name. You guys are refusing to call upon the name. You guys are under a zombie spell, man. That's some straight bewitchment, man.
Cornerstone of your faith, you don't have it.
Yeah, you don't. So how are you going to be saved? Who's coming to save you then? Who are you going to call upon when all hell breaks loose? Because if you don't call upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai, He's not going to hear your cries, man. You'll be calling on Jesus like the white man and all that. Who do you think's going to come and save you? You're going to end up like that old black lady that was saying in the name of Jesus, she got shot in the head, man.
Smoked. Yeah.
Or even the Lord said, many shall say, Lord, Lord.
Yeah.
So you're going to have people, they knew the name all along, but they didn't want to call on it.
Yeah, but the Lord's not dealing with them. Like them vagabond Jews.
Yeah,
They had the name too.
You're going to be afraid in that time, man. You're going to fear in that time.
Yeah. It's not a game, man. What the apostles have been telling you, it's not a game. You see what Elon Musk and all these guys are getting ready to do. Doge and all this digital shit, digital that. Like everything's coming into fruition now, man. We ain't got too much longer left before Esau actually says, you know, you gotta get this digital ID, otherwise or else. Like it's gonna come to that. Like, literally. It's gonna be declared around the four winds.
You know, Trump and Elon moving quickly, man.
Oh,
They're getting a lot of shit done right now. You know, it's kind of scary. You know what it reminded me of fucking Jeremy and the SS troops, man. Man, I just going through shit, knocking on doors, you know what I mean? Just, you know, deporting, man, doing what they need to do, man. Man are getting, you know, departments are getting axed. You know what I mean? They're just going in.
I was gonna say, even just on the point you was making, Trump was straight up saying he was gonna send the army to Mexico. He was like, yo, the cartel, listen, you ain't no force for the American army. And it's the truth, bro. The American will take you out. Literally, in a matter of a day, they'll take the whole cartel out. But that just shows they're getting ready to utilize that force on Jacob as a whole.
He's still baring his teeth. You know, he's speaking like a dragon.
Quick one. This is Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Right, he's still been preparing for this for a long time, man. I know, years, my brothers have seen all the, different types of things, man. Jade Helm, we've gone into all that before. It's been a long time, man. You know, but everything is there to be used when ready. Right? So you might be sitting there, it's like the Knicks. Knicks have been there for ages, man, but they've been, kept for a time. Prophecy's here for a time, when that purpose, when that time comes. So Esau's ready to unleash all these things at once. So when he does it, it's going to be quick because he has it all there. All there ready.
Yeah, man.
You know?
The infrastructure's there, the digital infrastructure's already there.
It's not going to be a problem, it's not going to be a conundrum. How are we going to do this? Well, it's already here. And so when they execute the order, order 66, what is it? Or Star Wars, yeah, something like that. When they execute the order, they're just ready to go. Everything's in place, ready to happen. You know?
What's proof
It
of
was
that?
66.
What's proof of that the system's already in place? Sweden. They've already had that since even the vid and all that. Since vid has been on the scene, Sweden's already been gone digital. They don't use cash over there anymore. It's totally cashless. They're already running around with a C-hip in their arms and all that. So they're going to do that around the 4 weeks. China's next as well.
Yeah, they just got to fix everywhere else up. That's all it is.
Estonia.
You know, but
Switzerland probably.
the need to move quickly is evident, right? All these they're meeting up in Davos right now, but they're meeting up in Davos and they're talking about all this technology, AI, all this kind of stuff. AI is going to be a big thing this year, massive thing.
Lots of layoffs incoming.
Yeah, you know, and that's Esau's angels to run his system. You know, because Esau he's tired of running you fucking animals. He's gonna let the AI just do it. You know.
That's talking about. Countries are putting themselves in debt, bro. Like literally, even more. So
yeah,
because they're invested in that.
let's get this technology up and running.
Because it's going to so many issues, man.
Yeah.
In quotes. As in to their
People's a
eyes.
problem.
Yeah.
You know, they're inefficient, they're lazy.
They're lazy.
You know, they're resource intense or heavy. AI simple.
It's funny because, like, I work corporate and I'll be hearing how people talk, especially here in the West. People are lazy, man.
Yeah.
That's why nothing gets done. And everyone knows that the longer you take, the more you get paid, especially in these government contracts, which is why you have Doge. I remember there was one meeting, when the Senate hearing type thing, and one of the senators was like, it was like nails or something like that, screws, and they're like £5. I was like, but when the US Army's buying it, it's like $50. And it was like, why is this happening? But as brothers are going into, right, these things are all done on purpose to come for this solution. Like, for instance, talking about these gangsters and stuff like that. When you think about the fact that these guys are given record deals, like, was it King Von and them? Right, these men have been killing people and shit like that, and they get allowed to do these things.
They use the money to do an interstate murder. Like they literally boarded private jets and flew to another state and killed a man. Literally.
But these times you touch someone, which don't be touching them. You touch someone 20 years ago, and then they don't want to associate themselves with you. Yet these men can be straight up murderers and get funded. It's because Esau's doing these things on purpose. Scriptures refer to him as the accuser of our brethren, man.
Yeah, well, they had that covenant of death. You know, they have some sort of agreements with Esau to do certain things, to be given certain things in return for for services, right? And so they're allowed to get away with certain shit, until such time comes to its end,
I remember not too long ago as well, like Jakes were getting happy that they were releasing like rappers from like prison and like Trump and that, But that just shows you that they're all connected. It was your boy Trump.
And Kodak.
Yeah, Kodak. Yeah, he freed Kodak.
What these rappers done for our people? Fuck all, man.
Yeah, niggas are going crazy off this Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Kendrick Lamar, like he's the savior. Because he wants 40 acres in the mule and all that. But that's some old news, man.
Yeah, man.
And he's just a nigger anyway in the industry, man.
Yeah.
He's just a puppet used by the wicked elite to keep Jake fucking bemused and entertained with bread and circuses, man. That's what the Super Bowl is, bread and circuses. Halftime show and all that. While that's going on, Esau's behind the scenes, the real shit's going on behind the scenes, where they're setting up wars, they're sanctioning other countries. There's trade wars going on right now with tariffs. That's the real news that's going on, not no fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, things that really gonna affect your life.
Yeah. But that's what Jake's still more concerned about, because it looks like he's standing up for black rights and all that. Whatever, man.
Fuck some
You niggas is crazy, man. Kendrick Lamar's gonna be put to death, man. He's a false prophet, man. He's not the Messiah. He made mockery of the Lord, putting a crucifix on his head and all of that. Crown of thorns on his head, slap, yo.
He was exalting the woman as well, some shit, like, some mad shit.
He pushes LGBT and all that.
Yeah, but his uncle in that, innit? Something like that.
Uncle was a trans,
Yeah.
And he came to the truth, then he fell out.
Sell out.
These are just lost souls, man.
They lost niggas,
You know,
man.
Kanye's fucking bugged
Yeah, he's
out.
a bug out.
He got his woman naked, at the fucking, whatever that fucking dude was.
When apparently now she's divorcing him.
good. They're fucking crazy. All of them are fucking crazy, man. All demons.
Kodak was on the floor eating chicken on the floor. Lying on the floor like a crackhead, eating chicken.
Yeah.
Now these guys are bugged out, and he knows about the truth. He was saying, "I'm an Israelite," a couple years back. Now look at him, man. He's cracked out eating chicken on the floor. You know, these guys are nuts, man. But this is why the Lord said that covenant of death is going to be disannulled. These niggas are going to get put to. Most of them niggas are either going to get put in concentration camps, or they're just going to end up dead somewhere, man. You're going to finish that, innit?
Oh, I can read this last verse. Verse 10, it says, "It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It can tempt."
Should we then make mirth? Should we in the spirit of, bread and circus, or should we get serious out here? Because things are going to, prices are going to start skyrocketing. It's going to show, as we just mentioned about the storehouses being empty. Famine is coming. Your taxes and everything's going to start skyrocketing because of these new tariffs and trade wars that's going on.
Yep.
China's taken a, 100 and something billion, there's a tariff something on America, tariff on American goods. I think it's 143 billion or something, or 14 billion, something to that nature. I saw the figure the other day. In retaliation to what Trump did to them.
And Trump's just said as well this week, it's like basically you tariff us, we'll reciprocate those
Yeah,
tariffs.
it's a reciprocal
You know.
tariff, and it's in the billions.
Tariff
Yeah.
wars.
Tariff
Hundreds of
wars,
billions.
yeah.
It's called trade wars.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling it. And what did trade wars lead to? World war, man.
And that will fuck up.
Yeah, it leads to world war. Every time there's been a world war, it's basically based upon trade, man.
Yeah.
Trade deals that have gone bad.
You know what the trade thing as well, when America imposes tariffs on these other countries that got relations with Britain, it fucks shit up for JK also, because then if that country's unstable, it fucks up like their financial ability to manage trade relations with us. So it fucks everything up inadvertently.
Yeah, and all these countries are in fucking debt. If these man can't, if money's getting fucked up like that, man, that means they're unable to pay their debts properly, man. You know,
Public services are getting cut,
cut.
you know.
Yeah, man, that's why Trump said he's cutting your welfare and all that, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to make all these cuts and all that.
He's always bringing the world down to its knees, man.
Yeah.
You know.
The comforts are going.
Well, even here in the UK, Croydon Council just announced bankruptcy, literally like 2 weeks ago, and they're talking like people say as well, like even all the laws they passed to make people feel like this is a civilized society, they bypass them when they got emergency measures, like because councils shouldn't be able to put your council tax up by more than 5%. They got to put out letters to the residents and ask for permission and tell them basically there's an emergency reason. But then they can also bypass that and go straight to the government, which is what they're doing. That's why council taxes down like 25% in some cases.
And then council tax, when you look at it, it's hella unfair. In just the way it is, it's all based on what your council spends on like local services. So like that's why Westminster's the cheapest in the country. But these are the people that should, in theory, be providing more, right? But because Westminster is a rich county, they don't need public services in the same way, so they don't pay anything, basically.
Yeah. And then they go private and
Yeah.
all kinds of things. They don't pay. You know, but as a rich kid, as the upper class or the rich, they pay less of everything, man. And they're able to make more money than everybody else. So it's always unfair.
Who's the tariffs and all this going to affect more? The lowly, man, or more. They're the ones that are going to have to pay this increased tax, the inflated prices. It's going to lead to hyperinflation. They're the ones that's going to suffer. It's not the rich, but the upper class and all that Trump and them. They're going to be good.
You know, it might mean for someone they go on one less holiday. That's it. They ain't gonna worry about whether they're gonna keep the house or buy food. They ain't gonna worry about those type of issues, man. You know?
Baruch 3 and 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
Alright, so we're still in captivity, right? All this, in the new covenant thing, we're still in captivity. You know, for a reproach and a curse. We're still under the curses. We're still having to suffer these things that happen on the earth right now.
Yeah.
You know, as much as we're in the truth, we're going to suffer as things are going on. Because everyone's going to be affected by this, right?
And to be subject to payments.
Subject to payments. Like, we ain't got no control over how much we get taxed. No. If we was in a new covenant, we'd be able to control that. Right. You know what I'm saying? We'd be able to control tariffs and taxes and all these types of things because we'd be in power, right? Guess what? We're not in power. So we're subject, right?
And it's like I say, it shows you how wicked this man is. Because when you think about it, the Lord asked for 10%. 10%.
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah, it's not a light thing. It was.
East was asking.
Okay, 42% of the base, really.
It's mad.
Yeah, bro. And to be subject to
Double,
payments.
double taxes, triple taxes on the shit.
Yeah. And what they don't even tell you, your job is the national insurance your employer got to pay. Because if your employer didn't have to pay for you as a slave, your salary would be higher by about 10, back then 13%, but now 15%. But when they employ you, they have to apportion the budget to the government tax they got to pay before they even pay you, bro. And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God, or Yahweh our God. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is like, it's a thick plate. It's part of that thick plate, that heavy laden debt that America's accumulated. Look at the national debt of America, man, into the trillions, man. That's never going to get paid off. That's because of years and years of abuse of their monetary system, man. Overinflated prices.
That's why Elon did cut everything, innit?
And that was overprinting that paper money that has that holds no intrinsic value. That holds no intrinsic value, man. That's why it's worth nothing. Those paper dollars. And America's like a sinking ship, man. You know, it's gonna implode on itself very soon. These tariffs and all that trade wars, that's not gonna help America. That's gonna lead America more down the shitstorm that is going down, man. That's what's gonna happen.
America's not going to get saved.
Yeah, man. Trump is not making America great again.
He's here to bring in the transformation of America.
He's leading it more and more down the path of destruction. It's just that people can't see it on a bigger scale. They're thinking, oh yeah, he's making all these changes, but they're not for the good, not for your benefit. It's to basically destroy the economy.
Back to the point. Because for him to save the economy, which he won't do, the only way to do that is to axe the taxes on the working man and then tax the ultra rich, which is the people
He's
he's
never
working
going to
for.
do that.
He's never going to do that. Because one thing they never talk about here is taxes on assets. Because rich people, wealthy people don't earn money from income. They earn money from assets and appreciation of them assets. So when you got to give up your house in foreclosure and a rich see like and them kind of man come buy your shit up, they're not working for that. So they don't get taxed 10% national insurance and that and 20% income tax because it's just an asset that's generating the money, man, and they've got legal ways to get around the tax.
They get low cost loans and all kinds of shit. So you might can buy what the fuck they want to buy. You know, they rarely ever use their own money.
Yeah.
That's why Scripture says to trust not an uncertain rich. And this money is the iniquity of their traffic. It's about in Ezekiel 28. If someone wants to read that, Ezekiel 28 and 18, and then read what you're reading.
Just real quick. This is the book of Haggai 1
James as well, James 5 and 1 and all those precepts.
Haggai 1:6. You have so much and bring in little. You eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink.
That's struggling right there. Jake is always struggling. No matter how well Jake's doing, Jake's always struggling. But again, that's the effects of the curses. You're not here to prosper, right? We're here to be made taken advantage of. Right? We know Esau owns this world. We know he owns us. Right? We're nothing but numbers and slaves in his system. So he makes the profit of out of our work. Right? He makes the main bulk of anything that we do. Right? Like I said, if we was on the new covenant, that wouldn't be the case. You know, so we're always struggling because we always get the shitty end of the stick. You know?
And this man has got the resources, man. And the company I work for, yeah, they announced just out of the blue they were just gonna give 90,000 colleagues £500 in shares for free, £45 million just like. And if they can do that, afford to do that just on a whim, you know the kind of money man are making. Just throw it away at 45 M's, like yeah, hold that. It's nothing. It's
Yeah, they probably give it away because it violates some sort of thing.
Hey,
We have done that.
Yeah, well, the scriptures talk about that, man. If you
You
do
throw
good,
it, you do enough, we're not willing.
there'll be something to that. It'll be a tax. It evades a tax obligation, surely.
45 M's, just like
If it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
literally nowhere. Yeah, we just feel generous and we want to reward you for your hard work.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah, this is the same man that cannot be satisfied.
Yeah.
So he never does anything for good, and that's one of the things Jake is gonna find out the hard way. All of this, like giving, as brother's going into, right? All of this giving, welfare and stuff. It was all for this day.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It was a trap because you get a lot. It was I was speaking to you about brother earlier on before we turned on the camera and that, right? Is basically these comforts are all getting ready to be taken away, right? And he has basically let people get used to these comforts, and then is in these last days going to make it harder to maneuver. And who's going to be hurt who's going to be hurt the most in all of this is these women, man. Right? When you look at the CV, what did they say? The majority of jobs were jobs that women were doing. Okay. When I was saying when I was on my way to work, the carriage was just full of women. You know, so basically he's getting ready to just make it painful out here, man. At least a man, hey, we can camp.
And they put it out there in plain view for you to see, right? Because like I say, you got the WF working on the fact that you're going to own nothing. So they're going to take everything away from you, man, and they're going to provide for you. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, all this works in conjunction with all this mark of the beast technology, the AI, the digital currency, the CBDCs, right? The universal basic income. That's all coming together, man, to really put you in this fucking cage that he's constructed so intently, you know?
So is 28.
Yeah, I got that.
You got it, okay.
This is Ezekiel chapter 28. I'll start from verse 4. It says, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and has got.
What's that talking about? That's talking about the wicked elite. Like the wisdom is talking about the light that was given into them. That's why they call themselves illuminated. This is Job, the 18th chapter, talks about the light of the wicked being put out. That's talking about their wisdom getting put down and the scepter of the wicked being broken. Because now they're at their end. And the Lord's going to take that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding he gave them, and he's basically going to rebuke that power from them, man. Relinquish that power. So I say, go ahead.
And with thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
Yeah, who owns all the gold, bullion, and all that? You know, in America, worldwide, the rich elite, the banking elite, man. They're the ones that own all the occupy all the gold, bullion, and all that, all these different vaults and all that around the world. The Bank of England and all that. They're the ones that control all that, man. You know, and they got that by evil deceit. You know, wicked intentions, man. Conniving at the monetary system, their fake FRN note system that they got, you know, people killing each other for the American dollar, man.
Well, check this, right? Their gold in their vaults is appreciating, right? But the dollar's in your pocket or the pound in your pocket is, being depreciated. It's depreciating, you know?
Because it doesn't have
Losing
any
value.
value.
That's it.
There's no intrinsic value, man, there, man. Real money, like it tells you in the scriptures, is gold. Commodities like gold, silver, cattle, land, you know, people are even fucking a symbol of riches, man. Rather than the American dollar.
Which these things the average person can't own or don't own. They don't own land, cattle, or gold, or anything like that. This is FRN, this is a debt-based society. You know?
The people have, been deceived into believing that American dollar actually means something.
Yeah.
But when it implodes on itself, like, that's when they're gonna find out the truth.
Because I'm surprised, when America took the dollar off the gold standard, man. I'm surprised shit didn't go down then, you know.
That was back during the 30s.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't born around then, but hearing about it, I'm surprised like shit didn't go down. The people were in uproar. I mean, they were complaining, no doubt, but nothing really happened. Everyone just got on with it, like it wasn't a big deal. Major deal, man.
Esau probably got rid of the rebels. Silenced the rebels.
Or they just trusted in America.
It says, and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Yeah, that's why scriptures say what he's wiser than Daniel. And he's very proud, man. See all the statements that Trump's making, man. And Trump's not a politician, he's a businessman. And that's how businessmen think. The way he goes on, that's how they're very shrewd, He's
stubborn,
proud. Stubborn, proud, cunning and all that. Very divisive.
And he knows any deal that he can't make, he can force. Ultimately, he can force. He's got the American military to force things.
And they never take accountability for, when for failure. If anything fails, they don't take accountability. They blame it on someone else. And that's what Trump is doing, man. And he's going to blame the downfall of America on you tribes, man. He's not going to take the blame for the economy falling apart. That's why he's saying the migrants and all that. That's the first thing he's saying during the election. Look at Kamala did. She opened the gates and all these migrants are in there, millions of migrants. now America's economy is fucked. He's blaming it on America, the American
migrants.
people.
Yeah. And
Instead of actual the government that enforced it in the first place.
and it's like some of the policies they were enacting were just stupid, but purposely stupid. Like just like putting people in like high-end hotels. Like what? Like what are you doing? Of course that's gonna inflame rage.
Any more on time, bro? You got jump down to the 18th verse if you want.
18.
I mean, they could have had man from China come and build them box houses, man, and just put them in that.
In a day.
In like 9 days.
Yeah, exactly.
For the whole
What?
town.
Look what they did during the CV. They were building hospitals like nothing during the CV.
A makeshift hospital.
Yeah, I mean, because really they say what there's 800,000 homeless in the U.S. So that's what. Let's say we got one tower block that holds 1,000 people. That's like 800. That's like they can do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they make it seem like they haven't got the capabilities to do that. You know, when they're talking, what did Trump just say? In fact, Trump just said they're gonna rebuild Gaza, right? so they can build.
I know. But they say it's expensive.
Yeah.
That's what they issue money.
Hotels.
Apparently. These are jokers. Hypocrites.
Hotels get, loaded up. It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
bro,
you're gonna build it up. Build it up.
Beautiful.
Let them build, man. Lord said they're going to build, but it's not slowed down.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
This is verse 6. It says, Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom.
So how is Esau trying to be like the Most High? Through this technology, the AI, the artificial intelligence, man. Now it's turning AI into a god. He's even trying to come up with AI Bibles and everything's going to be robotic. Transhumanism and all that. Cyborg this and cyborg that. That's what, and then he wants to turn people into cyborgs, cybernetic organisms like the Terminator and all that. That's what he wants to do right now. That's why he wants to stick chips in. But that's how he's trying to declare himself as the Most High on earth. Because the Most High is the one that controls man. Man's thoughts and man's not goings is of the Lord. But Esau wants to be able to do the same thing the Most High does, but through his science and technology, man, to control you, control your mind through that biometric device.
You had Klaus Schwab in one of these, these World Forum meetings or whatever, right? Talking about, wouldn't it be good if I could know how you're feeling, read your mind, kind of thing. Be inside. No, it wouldn't be. But like these are the type of powers Esau wants to give himself, and he can only do that through his technology. So you need brain chips and all these types of things, so that Esau can suss you out. It's like when we watched the Minority Report and things like this.
Yeah.
Predict this and predict. They see things, and that's what Esau wants. He wants to become a god, and this is the way he does things because he's not a spiritual man.
Carnal, isn't it?
That's right.
And then he even said, St. Klaus Schwab, he said in another statement, he said regarding people with disabilities, he wants to give them superpowers using the AI, which is what? That C-hip, man. Advanced technology,
It's
man.
an upgrade.
Yeah, upgrade, basically. STEM.
It says,
Sorry, and they keep talking about CRISPR, the genetic modifying and shit like that. They're looking to make people, well, not people, themselves, superhuman and all these types of things.
To live longer and all that.
Yeah. Because really to those that can afford it, really. You get the test dummies, of course, they'll get things done. Like Neuralink right now, man are getting brain chips or whatever. It's test dummies. Make sure you don't fuck them up.
He's really trying to artificial engineer eternal life.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's really trying to get back that birthright.
Find the cradle of civilization.
Elixir of life.
The elixir of life,
Fountain of youth.
They've been trying to search for that, man. That hidden that, and they think they can get it through, the hidden wisdom that, the Lord, on the left hand side through Satan, but
God gene and stuff like
the
that.
God gene. That's why they talk about the eugenics and all that, the God genes. But that's only a license to the children of Israel, man. We're the only ones that's gonna get the immortal life and all of that stuff, man.
even with the
These devils
CERN,
can never do it. Don't matter what type of technology we got.
yeah, like the CERN, they got the CERN machine
CERN and all
as
that,
well.
opening portals and all that. It don't matter, man. Who you talking to on the other side? They can't help you, man. They can't
They're lying to you.
Yahushua got the keys, you know what I mean? Yahushua got the keys, ain't no
Keys
need
to
for
life
that.
and death.
That's
Yeah.
it. You know, and if you ain't dealing with Yahushua, you ain't gonna find that out. You know? That's it.
A little bit more. It says, "The terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness."
And that's ultimately what's getting ready to happen, because Esau's got that so much pride, he doesn't see his way going down. That pride's going to land him into big shit, man, where the other nations, like going into a minute ago with the tariffs and all that, now you got Trump boasting so much, he's bragging against his own allies. He's trying to sanction the EU members and all that. He wants to put sanctions on the EU, NATO. It don't make sense, man. How are you going to sanction your own allies? That's why they're looking at him crazy right now. Like, this guy's crazy. They're going to have to shoot him. Now we can see why the 10 horns are going to hate the whore, like it tells you in Revelation 17. And they're going to burn that bitch with fire. Now we can actually see why. Because this guy Trump is doing too much, man.
America's fucked Germany up, man, and that's the thing. Goes to show you that it's the two sides. Scriptures in Revelation 13:11. It's the two sides of the same beast, right? Because when they're cutting off access to Russia, right? Basically now Germany's a manufacturing powerhouse, but now their energy prices have just increased. And what did Russia do? Russia's still going to sell their gas. So Russia just sold it to China. And then China was just getting the cheap gas. So now it basically made Germany's rival stronger and Germany even weaker.
Yep.
I just read something about Germany today saying they're gonna retaliate against America. And Zelensky said that basically they need to get an army,
European army.
European army to fight against Germany because of this attack that they're going to do against America.
Well, this is the thing. Tensions have been getting higher and higher between, Esau's kingdoms.
That's the 10 toes, isn't it?
Yeah,
So it's
right.
five that are strong and five that are weak.
Because even during the COVID era, man, Germany wasn't really feeling it, man, because they knew going to shoot themselves in the foot, essentially, right? And they didn't really want to do that, cut off trade with Russia, but they were made to, because it's the whore, right? The whore leads the beast. He tells you what to do.
When they proved that it was a sabotage on Nord Stream 2, remember what happened the exact same day? The WHO declared the monkeypox a national emergency, right? And just to show you how these guys move, how these guys operate, they'll come with something and then they'll just come with something else to distract you, because whatever happened to monkeypox again?
So that prophecy in Daniel 2 is coming to pass as well, man. The 10 toes, 5 mixed with miry clay and iron, they're falling apart, man. Germany's supposed to be one of the strong ones, but now they're getting weaker now.
Scripture says a kingdom divided by itself cannot stand. Right? You got that? Yeah, you got to bring that now.
This is the book of Matthew, the 12th chapter, verse 26. And it reads, "And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself."
Right, so they're bickering right now, man. They're really fighting for supremacy in their own kingdom. Trying to survive and trying to get on. But they set out Trump to be this dude who's against the globalist order, right? And the European, which is the beast. NATO is supposed to be the beast, right? Therefore, the world agenda. But Trump's meant to be anti. But they're both bringing in the same thing. They're just really bickering amongst each other, man. And this is why, America's causing, these European nations to suffer. And so they're gonna burn them. They're gonna bite her in the ass, man.
It says in Jeremiah 51, the nations are drunk with the wine, the fornication. Now the nations are mad.
And the thing is, America's so proud that they wouldn't even think of such a thing would even happen.
Yeah.
That's not even an option. They wouldn't even think that Europe would even be on that at all. But we all know it's the Spirit of the Lord's going to be on these nations to cause them to do it.
Yeah, because at the same time he's infighting, then he's starting wars in the Middle East. He's talking shit about taking over Gaza. And Netanyahu I heard Netanyahu was like scratching his head like, what? What's this guy talking about? You want to take over Gaza? That's not part of the deal. What was that in the deal?
Hanukkah's come early.
Then he's saying like, if he gets taken out, you obliterate Iran. He's just throwing bare shots out there. Obliterate Iran. Like, this guy's crazy, man. Trump's gonna put he's writing checks to his mouth can't cash. And he's gonna get himself into some big shit, man, that he can't get himself out of. So basically America's gonna pay for his
insolence.
Yeah, his insolence, man. He's insubordinate behavior.
It's pride.
Yeah, he's pride basically. America's gonna be the ones that's gonna suffer for it. That's why those swords, the glittering swords and the arrows representing an ICBM missiles are gonna go flying towards America, man, and destroy that whole place.
That's right.
That whole land, man.
That's right.
So the book of Obadiah, start from 6, you say, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things thought up? All the men of thy confederates, the confederates,
Right, which is your allies, right? Those that you do business with. Oh, because another article that I saw this week, these European nations, because they're obviously trying to put in hell on them, right? They say we don't see the American, you don't see America as allies anymore, but a necessary partnership. I mean, it's just business, you know. America's a door for them to make money, and that's all it's really ever been, right? America don't respect Europe. They're little. When you look at Europe and even as a collective, they're small compared to America, man. In terms of trade, in terms of military, everything, they're small. So America don't really respect Europe like that. You know, that's why they just, Trump just speaks any type of way, right? But like I said, they're sick and tired with that, you know, and so they don't see it as like a beneficial relationship in per se, like with friends. It's just business, man. And they'd rather keep the status quo and just doing business, because if they didn't do business, EU's going to fall apart. You know, because they're not going to turn. But the only option they would have is to turn to China and do the trade with them. But they're not set up to do that.
Part of the beast.
This is it,
Part of the beast.
right? China and Russia together, and you're against Russia, so that's not going to work. So your only option is America on that big scale to make big money like that. You know, and so you're towing the line because you have to, not because we're friends with bodies. You know.
Because for the longest, only Germany, England, and France were seen as the real contributors to America. Because all the other countries, you never hear about nothing with Italy and America or Spain.
No, they're the weaker ones. They're the weaker toes.
They only got 3 players, and even now, UK's done itself over. It's literally France and even and then Germany.
Britain's fucked, man.
Yeah.
It's so weak now. It's unreal. But they go on like they're still a powerhouse. It's bullshit, bro. It's so bullshit.
Rachel Reeves and that, they went with the CEO of HSBC to China, and then like they were trying to do background deals with China, and then the report asked her, "What about your relationship with the US?" And she goes, "We are neutral nation. We have no preference and basically over one or the other. We will do deals with Mr. Trump, and also work with China, but you know that ain't gonna work."
That's why you got 0.1% growth, bro. You know, man, I'm celebrating over that bullshit, man. Come on, man, you're weak.
Yeah,
Suffering. Go on.
all the men of thy confederates have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right, so they're really setting you up, man. Right? Because they meet together, they meet in Davos, right? They'll meet together and discuss. They'll talk about you. They'll talk about America. They'll talk about what we're going to do about all these threats and all these tariffs that you're doing, right? And how to overcome them, right? But we'll play friendly with America for now. That's what they're going to do because they have to. It's a ratio of convenience, right? Because they're merchants, right? They're merchant men and just want to make deals and make money, right? So they're going to go along with America, man. But they're plotting. They're finding the ways to get around you, man, and to really set you up, right?
And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Right? Because like I said, America sustains these other nations, man, by doing all this trade and that. So they eat their bread. It's like they're biting the hand that feeds them. That's what they're doing, But they're gonna lay a wound under them, because they're gonna betray them at a vital moment,
There is none understanding in him.
So there ain't gonna be let's talk about it. It's gonna be too far gone by that point. And like this, the spirit of the Lord is gonna be on these nations, really just not give a fuck.
Is it
I was going to say no, because even the other day, Trump was discoursing a convention with the Japanese president, and he was talking about Japan and all that, like to say highly and all that, saying we're going to go into business ventures and we're going to do this and that and merge together as one. And then I was thinking, but wait, bruv, what about Hiroshima and Nagasaki? I think the man forgot about what you did to them, bro. Talking about we're gonna. And then he tried to introduce the Japanese president like he was his side man or whatever. Side pick. I'm thinking, bruv, these Japanese men are not not gonna just lay down and let you walk all over them like you usually do, right? They're biding their time too. When they see that blood, when they see you bleeding, that blood in the water, and they, because they're sharks too. They're gonna come, man. They're gonna shoot fire on your asses, man, for what you did to them during the, atomic wars and all that, during the World War II.
They're gonna go back into that warrior spirit, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
forgotten.
yeah, it's crazy how much Japan got cucked, man. They got cucked real bad because they were a brutal ass empire.
Yep.
But that's what I was gonna say, and on what the point it ties into both points. The scripture speaks about how they're not gonna regard gold nor silver, man.
Exactly.
They-
That's talking about the meat.
Yeah,
But even other
That's it.
nations as well. They're not gonna regard gold or silver, man. Because before it used to be a lot of trash talking. Now Trump's actually doing these tariff wars and all that. Now he's actually pushing the bar a bit further. I mean, he's actually doing things like that. So now they have to retaliate. So then, it's going to be tit for tat. So now you're doing that. Now, China's doing the retaliation. Germany wants to retaliate. Other nations are probably going to do the same thing. And then it's going to go from that to, we're going to start sending troops out there. Send these missiles out there, and then that's it. World War III, man.
Yeah, bring about an economic collapse.
Yeah,
Then off to war.
that's it, man.
This is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord.
So
Shout.
the arrows are going to be shot. Those nuclear missiles, man. So all those nations, including America's allies, are going to launch all those ICBM missiles at America.
You know what? I can start from verse 12.
Yeah.
It says, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Who's the mother of America? Great Britain. And now Great Britain's going to become one of your biggest enemies, man. Because they're part of this trade war, tariff wars, and all of that that's going on as well. So they're going to be so confounded. They're going to be embarrassed to actually be associated with America.
It says, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Yeah, the most talk about America.
I was gonna say because Britain's always touted this special relationship, right? So they're like the main backers of America, man. And so it's gonna come to a point, man, that Britain just can't back them no more. Because what they're doing is too crazy.
Trump's overstepped his mark.
Yeah. And so they're gonna have to bail out on that relationship, man. Because I think out of all the European nations, Britain's technically not part of it no more. But out of all these nations, right, Britain was the last one to
It's still part of the
yeah.
because they're still part of the peace.
not part of the European Union, they're part of Europe.
They're still part of the peace.
It's still part of that.
That's why NATO and the
So until they leave NATO, then
But
they'll
but they will be like the last ones to kind of give up on America. But there's gonna be a point in time where they just can't defend America no more, man.
that proves that they're probably going to be one of the ones that's going to shoot missiles on America as well. Because it says that they're still part of the peace system.
100%.
They're still part of NATO, so they still got that military enforcement.
that's it.
So when that time does come, they're going to be part of the 10 horns that shoots missiles at America.
And it also good sex like, but it also just kind of makes sense that it has to be Trump as the last one, because with Trump it's palatable for Europeans to be like, oh, the president of America is a bit crazy, we don't really like that government at the moment and stuff like that. Whereas with Biden, those other characters, it was a bit more just like, we have that understanding, that working relationship and stuff. So it's just like Trump has to be the guy, man.
It takes that type of character.
Yeah.
Unless there's someone coming after him, which I just don't see.
Yeah.
He really fits the ticket.
Trump's more volatile.
Spiritually speaking, man, like if you look at Earth, man, it makes sense that Babylon has to be the main focus of missiles. Because think about it, like this nuclear capability isn't a paintball gun. You know what I mean? Like a little pow
the analogy.
where it can spread around, bro. Because remember, there was that podcast of one lady.
Oh yeah.
You remember that podcast where she was speaking about just how much people could die in a global nuclear kind of conflict. Now just imagine all nations actually hitting everywhere. Bro, the earth's gone, blood.
Yeah.
That's why it makes sense. It's like the Lord gonna put the spirit upon these
focal
nations
point.
to make Babylon the focal point. Yeah, plus like parts of Russia, certain cities will obviously get hit. You know, obviously the state of Israel gonna get hit. We're gonna get
Totally
hit
whacked
back up.
off the face of the earth.
But like a focal point, like a landmass, and the spirit, because it's the first part. You know, it actually makes sense.
Yeah. And as the apostles breaking down, because they say it's not going to be touching the bits above and below, right?
The spirit of the Lord gonna make
Yeah.
a
Central or south.
A hedge around
So
it.
the angels are
like a
gonna put
barrier.
Barrier. That's
Containment.
Even in Revelation 7 it says loose the 4 angels that are around the river Euphrates, man.
Yeah.
Because they're going to concentrate, it's going to be concentrated demolition and destruction.
Can. Yeah.
The Lord said he's going to be in that fire himself.
Yeah. Because if you think about it spiritually, man, if you go back to the two bombs,
Big boy, fat, little man.
bro, those was just atomic bombs.
Yeah,
bro.
baby bombs.
He's a baby. You know what I mean? Like, and like hundreds of thousands of people just got smoked. So how much more nuclear or like missiles, man?
Them fucking smoke fun, you can see their shadow after.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. There's actually one guy who actually got hit in both towns.
Yeah.
Like he was actually hit in the first town and he fled to the second town and he was hit there. And the spirit actually made him actually live to tell the tale
Exactly.
of how bad it was, of the way he saw things. So it's crazy. It's still part of the Lord.
Precept.
We're getting melted, man.
Getting melted, man. People's face is gone. It's a shield, a wall of. You know, that ties into what the Gmsuk. You know, Jeremiah.
So,
The Gmsuk.
Isaiah,
Yeah, he's going. That
Gmsuk of destruction.
That Gmsuk of destruction.
You know, that even there's a word in Jeremiah 50, and it basically means a place of double rebellion.
Oh yeah.
That word with the M.
It starts with an M.
Maritime?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Maranatha.
No, Maritime.
Oh, Maritime. Okay.
Place of double rebellion, man. So that's why that place is going to be it's going to be destroyed so harshly.
So harsh. Yeah, because
Well, they say give to a double, right?
Yeah.
Give to a cup double.
Got a quick one. It's Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
You know, I think we need poetic justice as well, because the majority of the weapons manufacturers, the top 10 is mostly American companies as well, bro. They're not even-
It's like I said earlier, Esau's the Lord of War, right? He's the one given the sword. He lives by the sword. He's the red horse that taking peace from the earth. He's exporting terror and war in the whole place. You know what I mean? So it's only. I say it fits prophecy perfectly.
Poetic justice.
You know, we're not going to sit and debate about whether Esau is a so-called white man or not. We're not going to do that.
yeah, we're past that. Until was given a great sword.
There's some Arabs. There's some Arabs, but they're rolling with AKs. Where did the AKs from?
As
The Esau's
Alistair
having problems.
Kalishnikov.
Yeah.
Kalishnikov ain't an Arab name.
No, that's what I'm saying. They eat about weapons. So like, what are you talking about?
And like even if we think about film and TV, bro, I've never seen a film, The Great Destruction of Nigeria. You know what I mean? The Great Destruction of Pakistan. Bro. It's always Babylon, destroyed. Whether you think of the Independence Day, you know, the
Most Hollywood movies.
yeah, most, you know, they are knowing.
Especially post-apocalyptic. It's always America.
It's always America.
And it's like that scripture,
Planet
man.
of the Apes.
The tongue should fall upon themselves. They're really prophesying their own downfall.
Yeah.
You know?
prophesying against themselves.
And this time they ain't gonna have no Captain America.
Exactly. No one's coming to save them. And Doctor Strange ain't gonna find the one way either.
Ain't no way.
Even on that precept, right, speaks about this should be burning fuel and fire. It's like before we've even got nuclear, like the spirit that the Lord has got on this man, which goes to show that he really was blessed with this understanding. These conventional weapons that Esau has are crazy, man.
Some of the guns, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah, weapons of mass destruction, man.
they've got certain sniper bullets that will slap through concrete, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is the thing. This is what's crazy, right? Because Esau go around and point fingers at people, saying, "Oh yeah, these men are violent, and this they got terrorist groups and Arabs and this and that, right?" because they hold up a town or something and they down a couple of people, whatever.
Rocks.
Right? But you don't understand, like, yeah, violence is always going on the earth, right? There's always been violent tribes and all these kind of things going on, right? But you up their game to another fucking level with all these weapons that you've given them. Man, I used to go in there with sabers, you know what I mean, and the swords and stuff
He's
like
an
that.
eagle
You
now,
gave
man.
them an AK, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what an AK does?
Bro,
You're mowing down people, man. You up their game because you've armed them with the ability to take life.
bro, dudes could be like in an office, in their boxes, eating some pancakes, and a whole city's just gone.
Yeah.
Like, that's not. That is
With
not.
an
it's not-
Xbox controller.
with an Xbox controller.
No, listen.
Like, and it's not even a joke. Like, that's what it. Bro, even now, obviously, it's something that's existed. We got heat-seeking drones, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
And now you got AI in the mix
AI
now,
drones.
making decisions for
which
themselves
go
now.
rogue. Like, it actually did.
Rogue.
Yeah, innit? Yeah, like AI bots that come to his own judgment.
Judge, yeah.
But that's the new wave of AI they keep talking about this year. They reckon they're gonna bring that new they call them agents, right? They reckon they're gonna bring those agents, AI agents, in this year. You know, and so they're gonna make decisions of their own thing based on their programming, obviously. You know, rather than waiting for permission.
And they're going to be targeting
Machine
Jakes.
learning.
They're going to be just like the police when they do training. They don't tell you, but
Yeah.
they train how to kill Drake.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
They
of
got
course.
the pictures there.
They profile.
But they make little profiles of Jakes and the mannequins and all that, and they shoot directly at niggas looking like gangsters.
Nah,
and all
nah,
that.
yeah.
With the low back. They're gonna program them robots.
Yeah,
pictures in the head. Yeah, see, like, this Hispanic guy. Yeah, he's an Asian.
Yeah, no, it's real.
They've
So
long
they're
said
gonna track you
AI is
down and kill you.
racist. They've long said AI is racist. Before it's even got to that advanced stage, because they said, well, their thing is, well, it was trained by cis white men, so of course it's racist and stuff. But
I'm about to say the AI is only as good as the information. you feed it.
exactly, because that's all it is.
And if all the information that's always out there is Jake's the criminal,
Jake is
Jake's
the
this,
criminal.
Jake's that.
Yeah.
But these illegal immigrants that need to be shot and that's all that's gonna AI's gonna think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the basics of it, AI is on the very basics of it. AI is just math. It's just probabilities, which is why you've got to give it a shit ton of data for it to be able to be like, oh, with this input, this is the likely output. Which is why when you're on Chat GPT, it's always asking you, how do you rate this response and stuff like that.
Even with the language models like Google uses, they've just fucked everyone because they will tell you can't copyright people's content.
Yeah.
But they'll use the AI and just take information from their websites
everyone,
that are paid for research and all of that.
Which goes to show you that it's an agenda.
Yeah.
Because anyone else does that, they're getting hit with hella copyright.
When China did it and got a cheaper version of their shit, then they were like, oh, this is criminal. This is not allowed. This should not be allowed. But when they do it to man in their own nation and twist it, it's just like, oh.
And see, the worst thing about it, this technology that they're talking about right now is old technology. You know, we know like DARPA and these man, they've been playing with that shit for fucking time, man. You know, the military is way ahead of everybody. Way ahead of everybody, man. You know, so when they come out to go to war, man, that's really these AIs are going to be on the job.
But you know what it is? It's more palatable if it's coming from a
Commercial.
private company.
Yeah. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk and stuff like that. That's the thing. People don't understand. That's just how these elites work. They want the people to be bought in, and that's why different countries do the same things but in slightly different ways. But the end goal is still the same. In China and Russia, you can be more blunt. You can be like, look, this is what it is. Over here in the West, you kind of have to come in and be like, oh, you know, it's not the government that's making you lock down. It's this and whatever, you know.
All these applications, they start off as military applications. You know, and then they find out a commercial way to sell it to you.
And to help train it.
Same with the internet. You know, things like this. They wasn't really for consumption for people. It was to send messages across without getting detected and shit. That's what it was for.
And also it was like, but back in the day, it was a thing where you had exchanges. So if I wanted to call you, there was an exchange in the middle. But during war, what would happen is if you blow up that exchange, I can't call you anymore. So you had to create a web where I didn't need that just one exchange. I could go and ping,
World Wide Web.
and then you create a web.
Satellite systems. You've got Elon Starlink now.
Starlink.
You know.
Even the NSA have a program called Skynet.
the actual sky.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
You know,
You know?
Yeah.
This is why the scripture said that the serpent
Go into that.
is more subtle than any creature of the field.
Oh yeah.
The word subtle means to be under the web.
Precept.
Crafty. You know, that's why they're very crafty, man. They're wicked elite. So that's why they use, and the web is, a web, a net to catch people, to snare people into
he's a cunning hunter.
yeah, to cunning hunter. He will catch people out basically. So that's why he's able to do that under the web. He's under the web, but everyone else is getting caught in the damn web.
Which is
But-
why.
Well, I say it's a dual-edged sword for Esau though, because he created these things that are really going to be his own undoing.
Psalms, he hath digged the pit and just fallen into it.
That's right. 'Cause even what was that? Was it a Rockefeller that said?
The internet should have never
Yeah,
been.
yeah. You know, because it is becoming a dual-edged sword, man. Because he's giving us opportunity to get this word out.
Yeah,
You know?
the Lord made him create the internet so he can just push this word out.
AI,
That's the whole meaning.
AI is hella helpful, man.
Yeah.
It's hella helpful. You be
slow,
studying.
Yeah, but you know, back in the day, bro, back in the day, you have to go on the web, Google, look,
Yeah.
each every link.
Well,
Now you just get the shit on Google results. It tells you, summarizes it for you, gives you titles and shit.
even like for instance the transcript thing, the speech, the text, which that's a bit of an old tech, but it's like it's been more and more advanced with this AI. It's like you need to find a point in the video, just search for it now, man. Search for it in text.
Yeah, bro, you know that Microsoft is going to invest in the US 82 billion, bro, into AI development, and that should really, bro, create jobs pretty much for everybody. Like man, are going to be impoverished, bro, even more impoverished. 82 bills, bro.
Yeah.
82 billion dollars.
Just to put you on universal basic income.
You know, it's funny. One time I called AI breaking down the scriptures wrong. So I asked him, why did you lie? He's like, oh, sorry. I actually caught him breaking down scriptures. I said, no, because you know, he tried to say, he actually tried to say one character like in the Bible is an Edomite. I said, no, in that verse, you're not Edomite. He's like, oh, sorry. I'm trying to find out my phone. Yeah. You know it was. It was. Remember with Caleb when people say like the Edomite.
Because there's another Caleb
And that's-
somewhere.
So I was asking it, feeding it information, and then tried to link one character. Says, no man, he's not. And then he actually confessed. So, I'm not even trying to make it up.
I'm gonna repeat the AI.
AI's got spirits on it.
Yeah.
It does.
So remember that time that they fed the information of AI to do a self-portrait? It's an old fucking shit.
Darwin looking, Edom.
The Burns looking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had the bald head.
Watch. There's the watch episode 1 of What's Next with Bill Gates, and they're going into it. Basically, they don't even really know how it's doing what it's doing, because there was allegedly gotta say that allegedly they were putting out a new version. Right, and then the AI in quotes knew it was about to be deleted, and it replicated itself, and then wouldn't conform to the shutdown command.
Well, that's the same thing they show you in Universal Soldier. You know, when Seth, Michael J. White's character, he was actually computer programmed. You know, and then he made himself a human, and then put his spirit into that, his conscious into that body, and then he became a human being and started killing shit, man. The ultimate Terminator, man. Until Jean-Claude Van Damme gave him that roundhouse kick. That's what Esau's showing you, that AI has its own spirit, man. Even in the Marvel, they show you that. What was his Ultron and all that?
Yeah. It starts doing
Jarvis.
Jarvis. Yeah.
He wanted to make himself a fucking robot body, so he can take over the fucking globe.
Yeah. Because in this, and this once again prove, people say, oh, you guys are just conspiracy. These guys are admitting it themselves. If you watch it, it was like, because there's the part of the AI that we interact with, and it's learning from our interactions with it. but then there's the back end of the AI where it's basically doing its self-learning, and then the guys were like, we don't actually really know how it's doing that. Of course, they started it off, but then at some point it starts not being set, but it's doing its
Self-reliant.
it's its own. The oldest like,
No, but it's just shit. But they show you that in a different movie. Even that movie Resident Evil. Right? Resident Evil when the little girl, whatever her name was.
I think it's an excuse.
oh yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that. That runs as well.
It's controlled anyway.
That runs as well.
But they have
It
got
went out of
spirits. They
control.
are fucking with spirits. They do conjure up spirits with that. Like with the sun and all that.
Because like I say, it's an easy thing to blame it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's
He
true.
starts acting
That's
out
true.
lives. Yeah.
It wasn't
I
us.
didn't know.
Yeah, because it means they're not liable for anything
Yeah,
it does.
But they can learn itself. The
No,
computers
they
do
can.
learn themselves. Like,
If you give it a formula.
yeah. Because he's even though I think they even said that one a robot killed someone and all that.
Yeah,
The robot killed someone.
yeah.
He kept it, the guy took it home or whatever. But no, but the guy actually like tried to take on the robot for itself to take care or whatever, and something happened with the malfunction and it killed the human or something.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
it can happen, bro.
we us two brothers did that video of that Israeli database.
Where's Daddy?
Yeah, Daddy, and basically, it actually has like a score point out of 100. And basically, like if you tick certain boxes of the kind of stuff you post on social media, the people you spend time around, your home is actually marked in Israel. Well, you know the whole Palestine conflict. To actually get like an actual track in your house.
And these guys are.
And it's actually a real system that actually exists.
As you said, these guys are devils because they're all like the best time is when he's coming home.
When he's coming home, yeah.
You know, so it's not even, and this once again goes to show you, because really, if they want to call themselves an ethical army, really, they should be in quotes, like if really the AI should allow them the ability to take them out with no collateral damage. He will be here at that time, and then he'll shoot. If you shoot exactly at this angle, at this trajectory, you'll get him and him only. But no, they're not doing that, are they? They're taking down entire families, going to show that this man is nothing but the devil. Yeah. Yeah. He's referring, the scripture's referring to Israel, right? But the scripture says in Ezekiel 35, Sith that has not hated blood, man. This man does, yeah.
You got something?
Second Ezra 16 and start from 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. The beginning of sorrow and the great mourning, the beginning of famine and the great death.
So all these things are on the horizon, man. You can see how that can all develop, man. You know, we're not. This world is not in a good place, and it's about to get worse. You know, and like I said, they can blame whatever they want on anything right now. You know, you can see the avian bird flu, fucking all the eggs and shit. You know, we got the pandemic, fucking all the logistics and access to food and stuff like that. Right? These are all reasons why the MOTB needs to be brought in. That's how the government's going to play it, right? To control all these resources and so everybody can get access to it. You know, you take the chips, you can make sure everyone gets something. Same thing what happened during the World War II. World War One, when the rationing cards came out, right? Because only the rich could afford the food, because the prices of food were going way up. You know, and that's all that the Black Horse in Revelation is speaking about. You know, food becoming ridiculously expensive. You know, but the reaction to that is the government comes in and says, well, we're going to control, you know, these assets, these products, man, and we're going to hand out so everybody can get. But for you to do that, back then you needed the book and the stamp, right? But now the stamp is in you, right? And so you're gonna register, you get your thing, you're gonna scan, and you're giving what you get given, you know?
Yeah, which is spiritual. That's what kind of happened back in Egypt.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, as things got worse, people gave up
More
of
rights
their,
and liberties.
rights and liberties, man.
That's right. Just to get through, just to survive.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're not gonna have too many options in that day, man.
Yeah.
And so this is how Esau's gonna gain control over the people, because you're gonna be desperate.
Yeah.
You know, just like those men were desperate back in the famine.
Yeah.
You know.
the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right, so that's the question. What are you gonna do? Like we know what we're gonna do. Lord willing, you know, because we've been given the the instructions, right? We believe in the prophecies of the scriptures, man. But the majority of these people out here, man, they ain't gonna have a clue what to do, and so they're gonna panic. And like Bane told you, man, you panicked, you know, the guy died, didn't it? But like these people are gonna panic and make a bad decision based on what they think is logic, which is a logical thing to think, right? But it's gonna be the wrong move because you're gonna end up doing what is it, cardinal sin. You're gonna be committing a sin that you can't repent from, you know, and that's taking the MOTB. So Jake ain't gonna be let off the hook just because you had need of food and that. Lord ain't gonna have like well, he needed to eat. No, you was told to trust in him. So anyone that don't trust in him is gonna get marked. Literally, they're gonna get the anti-spiritual mark, which is death. You know, because they're gonna take Esau's mark, and that's gonna mark them in the spirit for death, man. You know, to catch that fire.
They're not sure they ain't got no faith anyway. The Lord said, "My servant shall eat."
That's right.
They ain't got no faith. They're infidels, man.
So that pressure that Esau's going to put on the world isn't going to apply to us in the same way. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable and difficult, but we're not going to be like, oh, we've got no other choice, no other options. We ain't going to feel like that because we know this is what we're expecting to happen. So it's only when it does happen, it's only going to confirm our faith. You know what I mean? It's not going to make us like, oh, I didn't know. No, we knew it was going to happen. You know, so when it does happen, it's like, yes, you know, we're getting closer, we're almost out of here. You know, it's not going to break our mental. You know.
Well, know that the Lord's the one bringing it from the left-hand side. Like Deuteronomy 32, he says he kills and he makes alive. That's right. He knows. Even the chip is his on the left-hand side as well. So if you know that, then you know that the Heavenly Father ultimately, man, as long as you don't take that chip, he's going to do right by you. Because you've got all these different examples of all the different miracles that the Lord did. And that's why it's important to do the spiritual epistles and the Psalms and Dance and prophesy. Because you read about like the Daniels and Josephs and like all these different stories. Because even when I was reading the Joseph story, you know, after he did the prophecy, the breakdown of the dream, he was in jail for another 2 years. So the guy he was with was like, yeah, I'm going to tell the king about how you helped me out and all the good that you did. And then Joseph, he left Joseph and went and done his thing. And Joseph was in jail for 2 years, 2 years more.
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot, but I remembered.
But it's crazy because them times.
Because of the rain, let's raise the voices.
Yeah, and it's crazy because those 2 years in jail, he actually became
buddy with the
like a chief guy in the jail. So it shows you in all states you're in, there's a spirit. He's always going to be with his men. You know, because every obstacle he encountered, he actually got a bigger blessing afterwards. You know what I mean? The blessing each level. You know,
raised up higher.
Yeah, it got raised up higher. Go into that, bro. You know, when we was talking about the Skynet.
Yeah.
This is a Skynet surveillance program. So Skynet is a program
which actually proves what we say. You know how we say he actually puts things in his movies. Which it's a nice film, man. Have you seen it? But these times it's actually based upon real life scripts.
Well, this is it. They'll turn around and say, yeah, but no, they were just inspired by the movie. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
named out the Skynet. No, these things were in their mind before.
Yeah.
That's why it had Skynet in the movie.
Yeah. You know, wow, I've never thought about
Because scripts are written. Scripts are written by somebody, right?
scripts are written.
You know what I'm saying? So
They take
obviously,
inspiration.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the ideas were given to them.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
What's that?
It says is a program by the US NSA, that
the US?
National Security Agency, that performs machine learning analysis.
That's artificial intelligence, right?
So they call it smart technology.
Smart
It
technology,
learns itself. It learns things.
Analysis on communications data, which are what was it? WhatsApp. They love saying end-to-end encrypted. Look, that don't mean SHIT, because if both ends are what do you call it? Are compromised, right? As I don't know if you brothers remember, there was a case like 2 or 3 years ago where basically like you had a whole criminal network that were using these phones that was supposed to be like hella encrypted,
And it got busted.
but these times it was given to them by the government
To spy on them.
to spy on them. That's it. So it says analysis on communications data to extract information about possible T suspects. It says
it
the
analyzes data.
Yeah.
That's why it takes large blocks of data, so it can analyze and filter through AI and works things out.
It says the tool is used to identify targets such as Al Qaeda couriers who move between GSM cellular networks. Specifically, mobile usage patterns such as swapping SIM cards within phones that have the same ESN, MEID, or IMEI number are deemed indicative of covert activities.
IMEI numbers, what you get in your phone. So that's to track and trace you.
Yeah.
So you said you wasn't here during a crime, and you pinpoint your phone. You was right there at this precise time when the murder took place. Why did you die?
And like it's crazy because if you think about phones for the last 15 to 20 years, remember back in the day you could just take out the phone battery and throw it across the road and it's gone. Now it's very hard to take out your phone battery because
It's impossible.
it's basically impossible because it's off. Because if you think it's off, it's not really off.
It's never off. There's a whole. A few months ago, Google released a thing where basically, they said it was for theft prevention. Where basically now what happens is your phone is always it can always find your phone even when it's off.
It's passive.
So it's passive. That's it. So, and it's using other people's Bluetooth
So like,
to
find you.
to find you. And that's one of the things. One of the things I always say is just like, look, man, there's no hiding in this man's system. With this level of technology, even. Right.
But again, that plays in with the mark of the beast, man. Because it's that passive technology. It's going to be in your body, right? But it's always going to be on.
It's gonna always be on.
Right, and you've got these smart cities, lampposts reading you all the damn time. Things are always going to be reading you. It doesn't have to necessarily be a scanner that you get scanned.
Yeah.
Things are always going to be reading these details all the damn time, man.
Starlink.
Keeping an eye on.
Starlink.
Because what's the new thing, and I think they're trialing it in the US first with T-Mobile, is they're gonna be basically now you can call using the satellites certain times. You can call using the Starlink satellites, right? Via the regular cellular networks, right? So basically they've done a thing where you can like piggyback off of that system, man. Right, so basically showing you that whole program was, and it's effectively a point now where it's going to cover the whole Earth. That whole program was for tracking. It says, like many other security programs, the Skynet program uses graphs that consist of a set of nodes and edges to visually represent social networks. All right, it says the tool also uses classification techniques like random forest analysis.
Now, if you go into other information, it's actually spoken about times where it's got things wrong. As in, you know what I mean? Because remember, AI sometimes, in its first stages of learning, sometimes get things wrong.
It's faulty.
And then now a person is just marked by a system to just die. That's like again, if you go into what we was going into that time in that video, there's actually AI lists, you know, or even that. I always get it mixed up. Is it a King Alfred pack? You know the one that has the red list,
yellow, blue.
blue
No,
list?
that's Project Megiddo.
That's it. Where it's actually got like a list of people. You know, some that can't change and be broken, that can kill. Some that are kind of underneath those, and those that are just zombies basically.
But it's one of them ones because our lives are so online now, and they know who you are, which is why they got you interacting with the AI, as the was going into. There's a thing on ChatGPT called memory, where basically if you ask it a certain question, it will tell you about yourself in a way where you realize you've actually been feeding it so much information that you don't even realize. You know,
I fed that so much information.
yeah. No, but it'll be one of them ones. You like, for instance, if you ask at one point, the best type of, as an example, let's say nappies, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, so you're a parent, you're a this, oh, you've got a wife, this, that, and the other, and it's building up an entire profile of who you are. So we're helping, in effect, we're helping these systems.
That's it, man. They show you in the movies, man. You have to feed it information, it stores it, records it. And that's why you got all this Siri shit and all that. It listens to what you're saying, it listens to conversations. It's just learning about you, man.
And they're always on. That's why
always on.
Apple got hit with a class action lawsuit for that. It's always listening.
Software development. That's why them killer robots, when they get put out there, they're gonna directly go for Jake, man.
Yeah.
For 2/3 in that time of Jacob's trouble, them killer robots are gonna be out there killing Jake. So
That's what Ezekiel 21.
21.
The sword is sharpened. Man.
that's why Isaiah 59 and 19 is gonna have to come into play.
Yeah.
That's when the Lord's gonna have to lift up a standard. Because Esau's really gonna come down upon the people, man. Upon the tribes.
And remember in that book, that thing we was reading, bro? Remember they said it was supposed to be one where like there was still a human stamping it, but the humans trusted it so much that they were just like, and it just basically just
One out of every
approved.
10.
Yeah.
Basically, it would like, because there's so much people on that list, it would probably
Counting in 10.
check it like here and there to see if it's wrong. But like if you reach a certain score on the AI list, you're marked. Basically, when you come home and that phone pings off, it's gone.
Definitely. But that's why it's like these people, they're used to social media and stuff like that. You know, all of them people that are retweeting, tweeting, liking this. Whole life's online. So he knows who he's got to get rid of. We're definitely on that list.
I mean, I'll probably post a link on a comment board to that document we was going into, whereby it's basically AI list that's been tried out in Palestine. Because you remember them, like, what is the main nation that gives them the
Technology,
weapons and stuff?
United
America,
States.
man. They basically use that region of Palestine to test out things.
When they were getting a bunch of guys with their cell phones.
Yeah, with pages.
Israel were doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
Blowing up and shit.
Yeah.
that came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And even,
But that was a long operation,
Yeah.
which goes because it was a whole. It was when you look into it, it was a whole thing. The way that, because obviously these people went to the shop and bought these pages, right? So it was a whole thing that they did, showing you that this man, you know, a serpent is likened to someone that's patient.
patient, yeah.
You know, a serpent is patient.
Blends in.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
We know and understand the games that Esau's playing that in, man. You know, and everything that he's developing for
War.
It's a lucky.
he's developing for to use against the people. You know, it's not to your benefit. AI is not here to help you. It's to help Esau.
Yeah.
Help the elites. You know.
And Esau, he uses that method of gradualism
Yeah.
as well, like a serpent, you know, slowly but surely.
Like he make it cool right now because you can ask ChatGPT what you want and it can give you answers because you don't know shit because you're lazy, right? but you know, its real application isn't to answer your questions. You know,
Man, they're like, yeah, we're gonna use AI to capture your meeting notes, so you ain't gotta worry about writing stuff down. Don't worry about that. That's what it's here for. It's to help you do your job.
any brothers, anybody watched Disney Pixar Wall-E? Right?
Yeah.
They trashed Earth, so they got up in a spaceship, right? But they're all fat, right? They ain't use their bodies in fucking yachts. You know what I'm saying? They're doing floating chairs everywhere. And then when they had to get up, man, they couldn't walk or nothing because they've just been made lazy, right? All this technology is making people extra lazy, man. He wants your universal basic income is going to make you fucking lazy, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
They make you dependent.
Yeah.
15-minute cities.
Make you redundant, right? You don't need it, you know? And you know, like I said, just back to the but back to the Georgia Guidestones, man. If you don't fucking need it, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
credit scores.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're just carbon animals, bro. You're making too much fucking carbon emissions.
Yeah.
So we should get rid of you.
Bro,
Yeah.
even, like, even on the carbon things, That company that makes butter and milk.
Yeah, I see
Allah.
that. I see that.
Bro, they've basically got a bacteria that they put in the cows that make the milk and butter, so that the cows produce less methane. Because obviously that's what it's excreted when they food and that stuff. And it's like that shit is going into people. Even now, they've been talking about like a patches to take people's taste of wanting meat. For real.
These times meat ain't the problem, it's
Meat ain't the
you.
problem.
It's you, Esau. Right, they been cows.
I've been buying steak, man. Meat ain't the problem.
That's it.
Shit, I had steak before camp. Shit, I shouldn't say it.
They're listening, man.
Come on, yeah, before you know they go to check the meat, man. Obviously, you're supposed to have a healthy balance of meat and vegetables.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about something this week. It's spiritual. If you think about it, yeah, even if you research vitamins and nutrients, meat, good quality meat, is very high in nutrients, and like even like with fruits and vegetables, it's very also high in nutrients. But you need more of a veg to have the same amount of nutrients. So spiritual, in nature, by how it's structured, you always need a small amount of meat and more vegetables to have a balance.
Exactly.
You know?
Grass-fed meats and all that.
Exactly.
Highly got higher levels of fiber and protein.
Yeah. I was gonna add, it's really mainly here in the West, whether it's America or the UK, where people really indulge in meat like that.
Yeah.
Like back home, as so-called Africa and that people eat meat, but it was as I was going into that's not a special. You didn't have it all the time. And you hear stories in America with the T-bone steak. Right,
It's overdone.
overdone.
But it's like America is always overproduced, right? It's overproduced, man. I remember back in the day they used to say that they used to throw away 50% of whatever they make, like food-wise.
Yeah.
That's a whole big fucking waste, man. Imagine all the emissions you would cut just by not doing that.
Exactly.
Because you Americans like to fucking indulge in fucking all you can eat, fucking steakhouses and shit. These fucking competitions and freaking mega burgers and shit. Like why? Why? Just eat normal, eat normal quantities of food and shit. But now you got to do it big because that's Americans are big, right?
And after you start eating lean, whether it's a small amount of meat, steak, vegetables, you actually realize you don't need a lot of. That's why, them steak houses where you go.
Yeah.
You have the knife and they cut off the meat. I've realized it's always expensive, but small you're always getting robbed. Because you always end up eating a small amount of meat.
Because it's smaller portion.
Yeah, because you're
Keep coming.
because your body can only take in so much amount of protein and fats. You can only take a small amount. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a bit more in that. The controversy part.
So it says controversy.
I kind of wanted to focus on.
It says the Skynet project was linked with drone systems, thus creating the potential for false positives to lead to deaths.
Yeah. So the AI can be like, well, he might be doing this, he might be doing that, and then he just marked, bro. So that's why, back to what the brother was saying, people who watch our videos and like, I'm not really down with you guys. I might watch a video once every 5 months. Bro, you're still marked.
Yeah, you're on the system.
You're already on the database.
It's like you're on the spectrum, isn't it?
Yeah, it's spectrum.
Hey, yes, you too, vocab. It's like this guy's always watching their videos.
Exactly.
He knows so much about them.
He knows so much.
He even went to go see them.
Multiple locations.
Exactly. He's a fan.
All the subscriptions.
Going off.
Yeah.
Visit them.
He a fan.
I'm gonna get deported.
Yeah.
So I'm go back to Germany.
Yeah. So even on that point, it's like for anyone that's on the fence trying to shy, I don't want to come out. Look, they know anyway. So just do the work,
brave.
man.
Be brave. Show courage.
Yeah, they ain't no hiding, man.
Yeah.
Certainly.
No, go on.
there's certainly no hiding from the Lord. So
Hey, has brothers realized recently on YouTube that sometimes after videos, I mean, I've been experiencing it recently, where I'll be finished watching an apostle or brother's video, and after like on auto plays like a Muslim video.
Yeah, I've
it's
seen
always
that.
been that.
What's going on?
It's like
bro?
recommendations,
Yeah,
but it's
they
like
keep
it's got nothing
trying
to do with this. Like,
I've been realizing that.
it used to piss me off. That's why I stopped the autoplay.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
like, what the fuck, man?
It's either that or they try to put some Christian shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with it. I'm like, what the fuck is this coming?
Yeah, I'll be playing a video, it might be there, I might fall asleep. Then I wake up to a 4 hour video.
Even, that shit, man.
Yeah, it's happened, bro. But it's been happening more recently.
Yeah,
Started
man. I was
this
like,
year,
what the
bro.
fuck is this?
Esau's programmed the thing to make the
Yeah, to try and link it. This guy was a 5-hour video.
I was watching that shit.
I wasn't watching that shit.
I got a preset.
Yeah, go on, bro.
I got a quick one. This is Revelations chapter 12.
If there's more, but if not, it's alright.
This is Revelations chapter 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time.
So everything's building up for this moment, man. You know, I was thinking about this other day, man. All this technology that we've been getting, it's all coming in a small space of time, ultimately.
Yeah.
You know, before we been battling horse and cart.
Well, man,
You know, since the Industrial Revolution, we've had cars and shit, and then since then we have planes, and we've got fucking, now we've got AI, you know what I mean? It's last 100 years, less than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No. Give us a innit?
About 130 years.
Yeah. You know,
It just shows that
that's
Esau.
a small part of history in
very
terms of
small part of
all the
history.
thousands of years prior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all coming in a small space of time because Esau
Yeah,
has been waiting for this moment.
because the third world cometh quickly.
That's right.
The Lord's making things speedy up. So because Esau needs to be, prepped for the destruction, man.
That's coming even quicker now.
I mean, I'm not sure if brothers have seen this. In certain parts of like of the UK, like even I've seen it, and sometimes when us brothers are taught in different towns and that, certain food companies use robots to bring the food to your door.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually seen it. I've certain brothers know where, let's say we're teaching in like a certain street or park, you see the robot going through the park. Yeah, going taking food to someone's like.
I was saying this the other day, you know,
Crazy, bro.
because they all this AI and shit, right? You know, they're gonna get rid of the gig economy.
Yeah, totally.
You know, because they got the Uber, you know, self-driving thing. They'll just put it in a car. A car will take it, or a drone will take it, or something will take it. They don't need these people. They don't need to be paying these people. They don't want to pay you holiday pay anyway.
Yeah.
You know, all this shit. Because it's just they don't want to get rid of people. You know what I'm saying?
And they need to get rid of them bloody delivery, bro. They just ruin, bro. You be seeing them just like cutting through, and it's like just hella dangerous, man. Go home, man. It's annoying, man. It's like almost like, but it just goes to show you, Proverbs 29 and 2, right? When the righteous and the people rejoice, when the wicked bear for all the people mourn. Because for you, and you know, you do what you got to do, innit? So it ain't no hate on what you're doing, right? But for you to be risking your life for like £2 delivery, like that's a fucked up state of affairs. That's a fucked up state because I'll be seeing drivers almost die, and I'm like, rah, like for a little delivery.
Ain't got no fucking lights on the bikes and shit, man. I'm like, I'm turning left here, bro, and like, I'm lucky I'm seeing you because you're not making yourself obvious. You know, could run you down. Well, what I was gonna say, man, it's like, because what can these, you know, what jobs can't these machines and these AIs and these robots do?
Yeah,
right? What does that mean?
Yeah. But on, so in certain of the gig economy, though, the idea is that people aren't going to be living that luxurious lifestyle.
But it's the only reason why they're doing a gig economy because they can't get a better job.
Yeah.
Because these jobs are getting cut. Oh, sorry.
It's like, I meant more from the perspective of delivery. What from what restaurant? Restaurants are going to be shut. Uber.
True.
That's outside your 15 minutes.
Us brothers.
You know what?
We've actually seen this.
That's kind of neat.
I don't know if you can get out the camera, man.
Hey, can I read this article? Just on the point. Right. This is from BBC News, and it says, "DeepSeek moved me to tears how young Chinese find therapy in AI. It says, young people in China have been looking to AI for something one wouldn't typically expect computing and algorithms to offer emotional support. Right now, if I read down a bit, it says, DeepSeek has been such an amazing counselor. It has helped me look at things from different perspectives and does a better job than the paid counseling services.
But this is the thing that I wanted to say as well. It's like with there's gonna come a point, because right now at the bottom of ChatGPT it says AI is experimental, right? It can make mistakes and stuff like that. We're gonna get to a point where basically these AIs get so trusted, right, to the point where no matter what the AI says, people are gonna believe. Because if you're going to an AI for therapy, you're an asshole.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
You're in big trouble.
A person for fair.
Exactly.
AI will tell you anything.
These men don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
It's just algorithms, man.
And financial services now is all getting taken over by algorithms
Yeah.
as well, bro. Because many people go out, well, you go out work in financial services. If you're mid-level management level, you need to change career. You're not gonna get another job because literally all the mid-management jobs are now being taken over by AI. The only thing they will hire you for is a project manager to train the AI. Other than that,
Yeah, too young needed.
Until that job's not needed, yeah. But there are certain things, especially once again, reason I say that, especially for something like that, where it's like people are complex, man. You know, but that's what Esau's trying to do. Esau's trying to basically AI's not gonna know the nuances. And once again, this idea of where has it got its training data from? Right? If all of man, I remember I told you, brother, I did an experiment where I tried to go onto the woman's side of Instagram to see what they were seeing. And they're being fed nonsense.
Oh, man.
Absolute nonsense. So now the AI is loading its data from that. Imagine if the AI is trained on Fresh and Fit and you're asking for a relationship advice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man.
But
You know why
yeah,
the AI
that's
shit
it.
is fucked as well, yeah.
AI teaches you how to be a simp.
Well, what's the common phrase in this world? Happy wife, happy life. How do I make so the AI is just gonna be telling you shit that's gonna ruin your life, man.
But you know, even with the women thing as well, yeah. Like AI don't have empathy, of. So you know, like with the job center situation, if you're seeking work and you can't get it, and your job the guy in the job center might just allow you and give you a little while longer. Bro, AI is also literally if you don't have the desired result by the desired time, your welfare is shut off. You have no money. You're fucked. Like that's the system we're moving into, man.
Which ties into what we was reading. Them was coming down with great rock. Because like,
Shalom.
you know, which ties into that, man.
But yeah, brothers make a good point as well, because they want you to be like thinking AI is like more skilled than humans, man. You know, at certain things. You know, but that's why they give you like they pay so much for like an authentic painting or something like this. You know, because it's something that it can't be replicated again.
This whole thing ties into Esau's God complex. Let's read that. What's that? Thessalonians?
Oh, Thessalonians, yeah.
You know, spirits, not what did you say? Lying wonders and that. You know, Second Thessalonians. Stuff. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then also one of the things is when they start trusting AI even more, that's why I kind of see, you know, the Ministry of Truth from that film 1984, because they thought criminals, but then also just for the thing of the AI, you ask the AI, did slavery happen? If people are truly trusting the AI and the AI says no,
It's real. It's real like that.
It's been programmed.
exactly.
Yeah. It's actually real like that.
The difference is like all this robotic, artificial shit. They don't have feelings, man. It's like it's not real. It's like working with a brain dead.
Maths.
Yeah.
It's like walking with Edomite. Like.
It's basically a super Edomite.
Yeah, it's like some Frankenstein science.
Yeah.
It's mad science, man. It's not really supposed to be. They're supposed to give it all the rights
Of life.
you know what I'm saying? Over man's life and death. You gonna turn it into a judge.
Yeah.
You know, during execution. And that's basically what they're gonna do. Give it proper like rights to judge people, whether they should live or die.
Yeah. Like even there's a database called drug GPT. It's basically like chat GPT for like drugs. So like a person can put in their bodily problems and symptoms, and it can actually prescribe what you might have.
you might have, yeah.
But then they be speaking about chips, which could,
Monitor.
you know, which could actually test your blood. So obviously see if you got certain problems. So then it's like you know, it ties into the miracle aspects.
Yeah.
Because your chip might be able to scan that you've got like a type of cancer that is
Very early stages.
early stages.
DARPA did that for the vid.
That's what they
Yeah.
they actually said that.
Yeah, DARPA did that
Chips
for the vid.
which can scan your blood for the C19.
Yeah.
So that's them different kind of aspects of the miracle.
Yeah, and once again, going back into what we were saying about these things are ultimately just looking at things from the Edomite way, because what does the Lord say? When you're sick, you know, you know, as best you can, you go to the physician, right? The healers look at the herbs, you know, you take this tincture, this, that, but ultimately you pray. Drug GPT doesn't tell you to pray.
Yeah, that's true.
Tells you to trust in that pharmakia.
That's it.
Sorcery, basically. But read those second.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Yeah, man. You know, Esau's always had that God complex, man. You know, you know, this guy actually wants to compete. Thinks he can compete with the Most High. So that's why he's got these secret councils. You know, CERN.
Satellites,
You know,
CCTV.
trying to like get certain kind of information, man. You know, if Esau could actually get like a door into the spirit world and fight, he actually would. Man. And I'm not even joking. That's what he's trying to do with CERN.
With the same particles and all that. Trying to open up different portals and that.
Yeah, portals.
They know about Jacob's ladder and all that. Esau knows these things exist.
Yeah.
So he knows there's portals and different places of the earth that are, you know, more spiritual than others.
Ley lines and stuff.
Ley lines.
Yeah.
So he knows this is all about electromagnetic forces. You know, he knows that that's like spirit, man. That's like force of power.
And the proof is, once again, they show you in their movies.
Yeah.
Right? They'll be like, no, we have to build it there, or we've got to do it here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why Esau is heavy into gematria, which
Yeah.
goes into the numerology and all of that. You know, which they use on the left hand side.
And like, it's proper interesting. Remember as kids, you might watch them cartoons and it's the evil scientists, and it always brings in like demons or beings with like with 4 heads and shit. You know? Right, bro?
It says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
Yeah, and because obviously back then Esau was in power, but now the time of him being truly exposed into the earth, man, which is now. Now, man, he's been totally found out, man, by the Lord, man, and that's been done through his men. You know, like now, ever go, man. You know that word is spoken about. So, Israel. Or even now, the fact that people question, like, who them people are, like in Israel now. Because, you know, for a very long time, it's like, yeah, you know, these people was in chambers, oppressed, and blah, blah, blah. But now, everything is just being exposed, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yes, people recognizing that, you know, they're just they're foreign to that land.
Yeah.
It's like everyone else. They're not the originators of that land.
Yeah.
They you know, they acquired that land.
Quiet that.
It's not, they're not the original inhabitants of that land, man.
Yeah.
They're fighting for something that's not really theirs.
But if you go into that storyline of the WZO, World Zion, you know, like that whole thing, bro, it goes back to like the 1800s, bro. It was a patient, calculated, step by step, purchasing land there, you know, before it got consummated, if you would say, with the state of Israel.
You know what? When I think about certain of the things that Esau has done and the patience he has shown to do it,
Yeah, for real.
you know, it kind of also makes me think. You know, we you know have to be patient. You know, if Esau can be patient for his, you know,
That's why he's
Yeah.
known as the serpent. Man.
exactly.
The old serpent, the devil, and Satan. Because the serpent's very patient. Also, the Gabar was going into the other day about, you know, the 5 different learning skills, or the different animal learning skills, levels of wisdom. Serpent is the highest form. And Esau is known as the serpent. So he's very patient, man.
Very
When he wants to do things. Esau's been waiting for this new world order
For a long time.
since May 1st, 1776, which is like 250 something year span between back then all the way till now. That's why they want to celebrate America next year, 250 years of waiting to establish this new world order. So Esau is very patient. He's definitely a serpent type being, man. He's very cunning, very divisive, man. Very divisive, you know, crafty. That's what it talks about in Job. It's like the crafty counsel of the wicked. You know, the Lord disappointed the devices of the crafty. That's the wicked elite.
Also proves, as the apostle gone into, that they know about reincarnation.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Esau knows about reincarnation. You know, 'cause that's why Trump's in office and doing what he's doing right now. 'Cause I'm sure he probably knows in past time. Maybe he doesn't, but I'm sure I think we do know in past times who they was in the previous life. You know, through different records and different things of that nature. So even Trump probably knows that he was Nero. He might not know. Who knows?
Scripture says they're wiser than Daniel, innit? There's no secret that can be hid from them, man.
Yeah.
You don't know, man. I got this real quick from that. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like the same way you put metal and oxygen for long enough, it's inevitably gonna oxidize. No matter how much you treat it, you might just delay it inevitably, but eventually that rust is gonna show. And Edomite is always gonna revert back to that wicked nature. It don't matter whether they do it just being like a Southern American Edomite, just straight up doing it, or they're your boss. They just fuck you over. You work your ass off, and then they tell you, "Oh, mate, sorry, you know, we're just gonna have to go because the budget in the company is depleted." No matter how they come at you, an Edomite is always gonna be wickedly onto you because it's just their nature to do it,
You
man.
can make a crooked thing straight.
Esau's never changed throughout history. That's how you know he's always going to change. Because he's done the same thing throughout history, even going back to the colonizations, man. Great Britain and all that.
That's what's been beautiful, this whole Palestine thing, man. Because you had a lot of people think that this man has changed. But the way that they were speaking, these Edomites were speaking in reference to Israel being allowed to do what it was they were doing. Yeah, everyone was kind of like, whoa, wait. We were just like, we told you he ain't changed.
Which proves that Cain, bro. You take violent vengeance on Cain. Violence is sevenfold. I mean, have you seen how Trump was speaking this week? No, if these hostages don't come back, basically, shit gonna break loose, basically.
That's how he.
That's Esau's spirit, man. When we back in the day with that Jake movement called Move, man.
Move,
Big shot, drop bombs
Dropped
and
a
Jake.
bomb on them, yeah.
Which I believe it was how many? There was a certain amount of people that died, and half the people was babies. Man. You know?
Esau's the ultimate war criminal, man.
War
He's
criminal.
always
like.
been a war criminal since of Cain. Since back then, he's been a war criminal. He came back in a reincarnation as the Edomites, man, through Esau. And that's why Netanyahu was doing what he's been doing, because now he's being chased around earth like he's a war criminal. Because they are original war criminals.
Fugitives.
Yeah, the fugitives and vagabonds, the first murderers, the
Trapped
original
in
liars, you know. That's why the scripture says that he's a he's a violent man, he's the evil man in the earth.
Yeah. Cain, man. Dagger.
Yeah.
You know?
Because remember, like even the whole narrative when back in with the Saddam thing, when they got everyone thinking that terrorists from the Middle East flew planes and killed them, bro. Like when,
Passports stayed safe though.
bro, when as soon as Saddam invaded Kuwait, bro, and then started causing rifts in the Middle East, the Americans switched up on him all of a sudden, quick, weapons of mass destruction. He must be stopped. And they pushed that narrative onto the people, and you had all them fools that went and fought in the army. Bro.
But that's part of Esau's exposure. Because now, anytime Esau brings up a new threat, we must have a war on. Everyone's just standing at Esau like this. All right, so what's happening now?
But you know what? Do
He's
you know?
getting paid now.
Yeah. Do you know where we're lucky in all of this? Is we people know that this is the case, but they haven't got any power. They haven't got any solution to that. But we know that there is a solution, right? And that is the Most High taking this man out of power, right? But that's why it says in Matthew 24:22, right? If the Lord didn't, hurry up the days, everyone will be. There'll be no flesh to be saved, right? Because if this man keeps continuing on, he's just gonna continuously, like someone like Trump. If he got, I mean,
Can't have enough.
he's just gonna be like, Great Britain also has oil. We're gonna go take their oil.
We're gonna invade London.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we're joking around, but America has something that's referred to as the Hague Invasion Act, right? Which basically, Hague is being where the International Criminal Court is, and under that act, if an American citizen is tried by the International Criminal Court, they will go and roll into Holland, man.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Back in Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Yeah, because back then Esau was in power, but the Lord is letting rain now again for him to be exposed, man. Rome is just reborn, man. The other day, funny enough, talking about chat GPT, I typed it in. What's the parallels between NATO and EU and the ancient Roman Empire? They're just giving bare links, bro.
Yeah. Some of the same
Structures and systems.
structures. Yeah, everything's basically reincarnated.
Incarnated, man.
So it talks about the deadly wound that was healed and all that.
Yeah.
But the first beast and all that coming back as the second beast. It's all one and the same.
Yeah.
It's just got different names, man.
Yeah.
Because if they actually put the term, Rome, or if they put America in the scriptures, Esau would find a way to get rid of those scriptures, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord had to put in the mystery, mystery Babylon, man. So you just know,
Babylon.
so people don't know how to, unless they're the part of the Lord's elect.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see those mysteries, man.
Yeah.
Those secrets.
And it makes absolute sense through the spirit, through the spiritual eye, that Babylon the Great, man, is America, man. Because every age of every time period on the earth had a main state, like a major nation ruling at the time. You know what I mean? And it's now, who is that, major nation that spreads around this wine, man, influence? This is Babylon,
It's America, man.
the great, man. That's why, you remember a couple years ago, where was that, one of them meetings where they had the nations, and Trump just all strolling the crowd, pushing everyone's barge and shoulders and shit. Because Trump symbolizes Babylon's like pride. And for real, if you look at Trump, he looks like an eagle.
Yeah.
Like have you seen his brows? When his brows is all fucking furry, man. It looks like an eagle, man.
Yeah, he does.
real,
Represents
man.
the eagle.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, he's, one time I saw him like in a suit. I think Trump was like in a brown suit. And you have
He has a shoulder
them eagles
pad.
that's kind of like
Oh,
brown.
right, yeah.
He looked like Trump, bro.
Yeah. But
With his beak.
you know what's funny though? What's one of the things they always joke about Trump? His toupee.
Yeah, his
Why do you
toupee.
wear a toupee? Because you're bald.
Bald.
Like the bald eagle, right? Which is like that symbol, that
that's
bald
funny,
eagle, man.
That's funny.
Hey, look what the Lord did to Nebuchadnezzar, man. He actually turned him into a
Now,
beast.
I mean, we ain't making that a doctrine.
Yeah.
You got
Disclaimer.
in there, but he looks like an eagle.
Yeah.
That's what
He
he
looks like an
represents.
eagle.
Yeah, he does. And it says what? That their fellow will be more stout than their fellows.
Yeah, man.
So that's why Trump's the way he is. He goes around
Stout.
basically trying to be more bossy,
Yeah,
bossing everyone else
yeah.
around. And
Crazy.
they got the same capabilities as America. Like even Russia's got more capabilities than
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
But you know, they're still bragging and boasting that they
Bragging and boasting, man. Swift, you know, and Babylon is known for its strengthness, its fighting jets. But then now the other nations have counteracted it with missiles, man.
Missiles, drones,
Drones.
cheap drones and stuff.
The S-400 system.
S4, yeah. Well, yeah, because that was the whole thing. When Iran retaliated against Israel, they were using some cheap ass drones, being and then and then what do you call it? These the what's the thing? The Iron Dome. Those missiles are expensive. So imagine you're spending like £1 million to combat a £10,000 drone. Like the economics of that doesn't make any sense.
Weakens you in warfare.
Exactly.
This verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
So who's that wicked man? The seed of the wicked man is Esau, and he's been like, and it's actually like in the earth now. It's shown, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually known who, like, there's only, and it's a point, you know what I mean, I always make, yeah, if you had one member of all the other nations except fucking Esau in a room, every nation can tell you the story. Hi, I'm Ham, and I've been fucked over by Esau. Hi, I'm Moab, you know, and I've been fucked, you know.
It's a long list, man.
It's a long list, yeah.
You're the ones. Hi, Ham. You know, I'm telling my story. But I've been fucked over by Esau. Because it's real.
It's true.
It's real like that.
How's the ham of the whole earth cut asunder?
Yeah.
That's Isaiah the 40th chapter.
Oh,
You might as well read it.
you can read that as well. You know what I mean? And that's part of his exposure, man.
It's that shameful
It's that
spewing.
shameful spewing,
You
man.
know, people are speaking up more about it now, man.
Yeah, because that's what in the kingdom everyone's gonna be, you know, come out and wake up out of the dust,
Yeah.
so to speak, of that confusion of knowing who they are and all that, knowing that the so-called white man lied to them all these years.
Yeah.
And he's really the devil conspired against everyone, the children of Israel. And in the kingdom, everyone's going to come to that realization. And we're going to be discussing that as well. How this devil lied, you know.
even Esau's getting these bywords, you know, they're calling him colonizer.
How he uses science and witchcraft to basically blind the people into believing he was superior race on the earth.
He's
the
good.
most inferior out of everyone. He's the basis of men.
He's got to pay for basically making himself, and I'm gonna say it the incorrect way, for making himself Jesus, man. Right? That blasphemy, man.
Of the Holy Spirit.
Because it's one of the things I remember asked some of the arguments, like, because you know these different nations, they've got what's referred to as white worship, and I was saying, who's got worse? Is it Moab or is it actually Latin tribes? But then really think about it, all these nations have problems with white worship, man, because Esau has made himself into a god, man,
To an angel of light.
into an angel of light. But what's been happening is that image is being taken away. Like, is one of the guys that I know, he's out there in China at the moment, and he was basically saying back in the early 2000s, people be like, oh shit. But he said now that spirit's gone. He's like, when he's there, that spirit's gone now.
Devil, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's realizing. Now you want to put tariffs on us. Yeah, now we can see you're the devil now. The white devil.
Yeah, got a bit more. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Yeah, consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is his prophets, man. You know, obviously, the other scripture I'm about to quote, talking about Jake, but it applies onto Esau when it speaks about making these people wood, you know, you know, and it shall be consumed, make this words in your mouth
That's
as fire.
Obadiah. Let's talk about Esau.
No, you can, but there's also another one in
It's okay.
That's
get
Jeremiah.
out in Jeremiah, yeah.
Let's talk about the word.
Yeah.
Esau's actually going to be made.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to kindle him when we put him in
Yeah,
that
that's
pit.
an Obadiah.
And we're going to burn his ass. That's the thing. You know, the one you're talking about is the actual word.
The word.
Fire.
But
We're
it's
gonna burn these
spiritual.
people up.
He's being consumed spiritually first before he gets physically
also-
consumed later on in the kingdom, man.
Yeah, the mouth.
Yeah.
It talks about that in 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah.
So he's going to destroy him with the brightness of his
Coming.
coming. His mouth, consumed with the mouth, and destroyed with the brightness of his coming.
Yeah, that's it.
How Shai comes with the chariots.
That's
Right
it.
now he's getting consumed with the mouth, which are the prophets.
Prophets, man.
Because we're calling out, basically this is his hearing, man.
Yeah.
We're proceeding to
Yeah.
give Esau his hearing,
Yeah.
his judgments that's going to put a pay for. And then when Yahweh Shai comes, he's the one who's going to drop the hammer on you.
That's it.
We're basically reading his charges.
Yeah, his
You know,
charges against him, yeah.
on count 899 on murder.
That's
And-
like
and
Amos
counting.
1. That's like Amos 1. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Won't be that spoilers and thou.
That was not spoiled, man. Because again, like, there's so many things in the history. Like, there's so many things he's not accounted for, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, like a main thing that people, Jake speak about is slavery. But what about people like fucking Antiochus Epiphanes, man? You know, in Rome. So that's why, you know, when that's it, Greece, Rome. That's why, like, when or even when the first temple got burned down. If you read in first Ezra, it says when the Babylonians was taking this down, it was the Edomites who burnt the temple. You know. So it's like they got like loads of charges to face. And
This is why the Lord said he requires that which
that
is
was
past.
past.
The Lord doesn't forget, man. Like, we may forget because we're in these human bodies, but the Lord, we don't forget, man. The Lord's perfect. So everything this devil's done has been recorded. So when in the kingdom, the Lord's going to bring everything back to our recollection, our mind, and then we're going to remember what you devils have done, past times, present times, whatever, and we're going to judge you for that, man.
The Lord's going to put his anger on us.
That's it.
That shows you these Edomites can't be forgiven. You know,
No repentance.
they can't have any
Esau can't
mercy.
repent.
You know.
Always so carefully with tears.
Yeah.
Every single captivity there's been the Edomites put in hell on. Every single one.
Yeah. And like if you look at like the first temple, the second temple, then it got rededicated and destroyed completely. Esau had a hand in each one, like we didn't take it down. When the Babylonians, Esau burned. Antiochus and them, you know, and then they found the temple. Then 90 AD.
And he's trying to do it now.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
we're
he's still
spiritual.
trying to destroy the actual temple, which is the people. Hell,
He's actually saying he's going to build a third temple.
yeah, that's it. That's what he said. It shows you that's that two in the womb that was wrestling. You know what I mean?
A bit more. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan,
Yeah,
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
lying wonders, man. And even that can, include what? The artificial intelligence, man. Trying to artificially engineer his birthright, because that's what he really wants. That's why you got this transhumanism, where he wants to merge man with a computer to find the code to eternal life. It's not happening, bro. You know what I mean? It shows you that in Lucy. Remember, what was that? Was that Lucy? Yeah.
Transcendence.
Was
There
it-
was another one. Transcendence. Yeah, that had Johnny Depp.
I'm talking about Lucy, innit? Where she got the powers.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
really, man, her, like,
She went back into
yeah,
time.
yeah, really, man, like in that movie, man, it was alright if she stopped to like halfway. You remember, like halfway, her character kind of had spiritual power of it,
Yeah.
and then she got to like the complete form, and she became a computer.
Yeah. USB stick.
She became a USB.
Like dark matter.
Yeah.
And basically she's trying to make mockery of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
She was just dark matter, it was black.
Yeah.
And she turned into a USB.
Yeah.
So she's everywhere.
All the data, and she was just like
So
a
we're gonna
computer.
share
Like,
it.
yeah. Come on, man. Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
It shows you that they know that the Heavenly Father and the Son are dark entities. So they had to get to that level, most highest level of intelligence, to reach 100%, use 100% of her brain.
Of her brain,
She
yeah.
had to be humble black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Show you that you have to have that melanin.
It actually
And
showed
when they
you
talk
that.
about neuromelanin as well, there's power in the neuromelanin.
Yeah, but
You know,
yeah,
that's sort of the devil.
you're the devil, man. And bro, that birthright is never coming back. It's gone, bro. It's robbed. Really, man. It was always ours in the first place. It's gone, bro. Like, bro, Esau, Rothschilds, Elise, whoever, it's not coming.
Yeah, you can just forget that, man.
It's gone, bro. Just go, you know, smoke crack, strip club, go have fun, man. Because
Prepare yourself.
yeah.
You're no closer than the Babylonians.
That's it. Because you guys are losers. Because you've been predestinated to lose, and we as the Israelites, starting off with this elect, have been predestinated to actually win. So
Match
we lost,
fixing.
man. It's match fixing.
It's already rigged.
It's already rigged.
That's it.
Because remember with the story with the birthright, what does it say? You know when they went to the prophet and he said, two nations are womb, and what did it say? The elder shall serve the younger. So everything that took place in the next chapters on had to play out for that to
Fulfill
come
that,
to pass.
And if I can,
Yeah,
you got it.
No, he's gonna play the same side.
yeah, it's the same.
I mean, it's gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna. At the end, it's gonna be ruined.
Ruined, yeah.
I was gonna say when you read Romans 9, it says that neither having done good nor evil. It's like, well, I just chose one, isn't it?
This one to honor and one under this one, you know?
That's it.
This one,
This is from Malachi himself from 2, 1 and 2.
226.
I have loved you, says the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said, I love Jacob, and I hated Esau, and he laid his mountain and his heritage west for dragons of the wilderness.
yeah, man. So it's both sides, man. Just how it's in the Lord's power to love is also in His power to hate. And even remember this week, we had some bugged out Jacob like on the net. He was saying how the Most High controls evil and good is evil. How you? Bro, He's the Most High.
That's it.
The Most High created Satan. Satan don't listen. Satan bows to the Most High and the Son, bro.
Satan's one of his sons.
He's one of his sons. In Job, like
These
he's
people on a low level.
Low level.
With that Christianity, when you deal with Christianity, man, you come to find out that you're really on a low level.
yeah.
They don't understand spiritually what's going on. They don't understand the meaning of what the actual scriptures are saying, you know, and they can't break it down because they got, you know, the jigsaw, man. The Lord didn't give him the mystery, the secrets, and He's only given it to certain men. So we understand that from the beginning, the Lord set things up a certain way. If you break down Genesis 1 on 1 to them, they're gonna bug out, man. They don't understand that the Most High wasn't even present in the first chapter of the Bible, man. He wasn't present until the second chapter, around the 6th verse. You know, the Genesis, the whole chapter is not talking about the Most High creating anything. That's talking about the angels of the Lord and Yahweh Shah himself, the Allahayim, man. You know, doing over a 7,000 year span. But yeah, if you talk to a Christian, they're gonna think that was actually 7 days, 7 24-hour days in a week. That the Lord created the whole earth, created the heavens. They don't understand that, man. They ain't got the spiritual. They're like the natural men. Like this guy, Holcam Malone, Eamon Malone, mentioned something the other day. Because he's a natural man, he doesn't understand the things of the scriptures where things are spiritual. Like it tells you in 1 Corinthians, man. Because the things that are spiritual are foolishness unto them. You know? So they're not going to receive it, man. That's why them wacky tacky Christians, like Apostle said, man, if you see them and they want to debate, just tell them to hit the bricks, man. Don't even bother with them, man, because you're just going to be...
You're wasting your
Yeah,
time.
you're wasting your time hitting your head against the damn brick wall, man.
Even just to quote, as others have said before, man, we're past all that now, man. You know, yeah, we ain't got time. Look, it's 2025. Hey, Trump's in power, man. Trump.
We've got bigger fish to fry.
That's it. You know, he's about to start coming. If you know, that's what the scripture says, Mark 13:33. Watch and pray, right? For you know not when the time is. But it's like when you're watching and you're seeing what this man is doing, the infrastructure for this mark is here. Right? It's here. Then the way the AI is, it's been here. Yeah. The way the AI is all integrating into it, like, you know, joblessness in mass, right? You know, coming soon, man. You know.
Bro, in the UK, I was saying it in the video as well, like, these men got so many departments that are responsible for financials in the UK. You got the Treasury, like for the government, you got the Bank of England, they even have the Office of National Statistics, Office of Budget Responsibility, bare different elements of the society that are supposed to make sure that people are not fucked financially, that it's all fair. And then you'll be to tell me they don't know how to fix the economy. They know, but they're purposely just giving people lies and just saying, yeah, we're trying, but 22 billion black hole, the last government, we don't know where the money is. We're just out here trying our best to fix things for these people. But really and truly, man, at the end of the day, they want to create the crisis.
If lay people were able to say that the governmental policies were going to mess the economy up, you're telling me these people in power didn't know? Of course they knew, right? It's this thing, once again, it's like, when you watch what these people are actually doing, like, they're not stupid. They're doing these things on purpose. That's why every single government is doing things that are similar to it. Okay?
Because they've been told to do.
Exactly.
Just like Trump has been told to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
They want us to take orders, man, from the higher ups. You know? It's their system. They control it how they want to control it, man.
Getting ready to shut it off.
Yeah, they want to shut it down and revamp it. They want to do refurbishing. And they call it the New World Order, or the Fourth Industrial Revolution.
And they look down on these people, man. I hear certain stories about how you get these, you know, sort of like I forget which film, but you know, film where it'll be like, look at these people. They'll be out, they'll be just looking at the common man, and then just like look at them, looking at these people as if they're vermin. Yeah. You get these lower level people that have a couple million that look down on people like that, man. And so imagine how much more so the elites.
They really despise, you know, the people, man.
Yeah.
They show you in that movie They Live as well, you know, basically what the people were actually there for. You know, they were there to worship the money, obey, do as they're told, you know.
That's it. Yeah, work for them.
Yeah.
Slave for them, and that's it.
And when you look at society, that's exactly what they've achieved. You've got people that are going against their own interests, if you will.
Yeah. The only reason why Esau even considers you worth of anything is because you're part of the national debt. You owe the bank. You know, anyone that's born into society, you become indebted to the bankers, man. You're actually an actual cargo or shipment.
Stock.
A walking receipt. Yeah, stock. Yeah. You know, owned by the bankers, man.
Livestock.
Livestock. That's the only reason why they're concerned about what you're doing, whether you've done something or committed a crime, and, you know, because someone's got to pay that debt.
Hey, remember even at work, it's called what? HR.
Resource.
Human
Yeah.
You know?
And I'd hate that people are. We need to finish this, but we haven't got enough dev resource. And I'm like, I ain't a fucking resource.
Even at work, my plan's called a resource plan.
Yeah.
He works here, he works there.
Yeah, well, I hate that word, but that's what we are, though, right? In this, we are yet this day in the place of our captivity, man.
The captive exile.
That's it.
You know? Facing a few days release.
Let's get some more closing scriptures.
Because we mentioned Isaiah 14.
I got Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14.
Let me start from 5. Isaiah 14, let me start from 4. Alright, son. Isaiah 14 verse 1, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Yes, so those gutter rats that's in the land right now, they don't belong in that land. The real Israelites are going to go back there when our Lord Yahweh Shai comes back to deliver his elect. And the real Israelites, which are you Negroes, Latinos and Native Americans, and the 12 tribes side are going to go back there with the Lord to inhabit the land that was promised to our forefathers.
And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
Yeah, the strangers are the Israelite foreigners, brothers that are scattered abroad and so on and so forth. They're going to be in the land also, right?
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah, we're going to become one again. It's not going to mean two more houses, two more different groups. The southern kingdom and northern, we're going to be as one. 12 tribes, all over again.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, the servants and handmaids.
So that's talking about Esau, Edom, like BB and them, Elon, all these other nations, their leaders, starting with their leaders, they're going to be our first crops of slaves. And they're going to be our handmaids and servants in the Lord's kingdom. Meaning they're going to be put to on them plantations, they're going to work their asses to death if we have to.
Right.
We're going to beat them down to shivers and all that as well. Right.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So we're going to rule over the number one oppressor of the earth, which is Esau, Edom.
And it shall come to pass that in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. And it shows that we ain't saved yet, because our people are still sorrowful as hell under the scales. And from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Yes, slavery, even to this day. Go ahead.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
Yeah, the golden city. I was talking about America. It's also known as the land of Ophir, which is where you find the best form of gold. Asherah from the Asherah, Ophir, the golden city. Let's talk about America, man.
The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered.
Yeah, just like Brother Shakar was mentioned earlier, about the other nations sitting in the room discoursing about what Esau Edom's done to them, man. Everyone, all the nations have a common denominator of being persecuted by one person, one group of people. One is the Edomites, the so-called white man. And us as a nation of people as well. That's why in Jeremiah, was it 15:33, says the children of Israel and the children of Judah all pressed together. The common denominator is you, the Edomites, man. Every nation's been oppressed by the so-called white man, one way or another, man. So we've all got something in common, man. This damn devil. When he goes down, we're all going to be celebrating, man. Even the heathens are going to celebrate this devil's downfall, man. They know they're not going to be oppressed by the wicked no more. They're going to be being oppressed by the righteous.
Well, the scripture says the earnest expectation of the creature is waiting for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High.
Yes, so they're really, even though they know they're going to be under us and made tributary and all of that after 1,000 years, they're going to be better off, and they know that.
Because Esau's an asshole, man.
Yeah.
It's like they know that their land is going to be their land. No one's just going to roll up on their land and just do a madness.
But they know that we're not wicked, right?
Exactly.
So, even when we're punishing them, we're doing it in righteousness.
That's it.
What's according to our law. And they're going to have to keep our law in the land anyway. So they know that what we're going to do to them is definitely, a better standard than what they got from the so-called white man. That frame of mischief by law. Esau persecutes people just
Because he wants to.
yeah, because he's just being wicked.
Yeah, because he can.
Never satisfied.
Because that you were speaking about the bomb, the atom bombs and that. That was,
Adventurous as well, yeah.
yeah, he was just like, I want to see.
Like, even I saw like a brother make a point about this before. AI could be used to actually help people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's even like even if we talk about a standpoint of health, right? People who have health problems, ESO could actually, you know, do their test and know, all right, this person is low this nutrient, this mineral, and if he takes that XYZ problem goes away. You know what I mean? I've seen a doctor, right? His name is Dr. Joel. Wallach, right? That's his name, right? And this guy's got like a book that's in the Smithsonian, which literally to get a copy of his book it costs like 25,000. Basically, yeah, for real. Like if you actually type in his book, it's one of the rarest books to get. Basically, this guy was a vet, right? So obviously vets study beasts, right? Dogs, animals, and experiments. So when the beasts have certain like health kind of problems, they would scan the beast and see what they lack in nutrients. You know, why has this beast got diabetes or cancer or joint pain, blah blah blah, right? And then they would just give that beast a vitamin and mineral, and they'll go back to normal. So why can't he do that with people, bro? Because he makes money with people sick. You know?
ESO could probably, you know, heal third world poverty
Oh yeah, you could.
with AI technology, man.
Right.
If they wanted to. So you ain't gonna do that because you can tell me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even what's that basketballer, man, that had fucking HIV and then went away.
Johnson, yeah, Magic.
How did he end up getting healed, man? Because he has that bread, man. And obviously him as well being a flamer, man. I'm sure he spoke to people. You know what I mean? A part of them juiced-in circles. But what the point of meaning is like, you know, things like whether it's cancer or diabetes or, you know, much more. There's so many health complications where he tries to say, if it's that, it's done.
And
He's lying, bro.
And to add to you, it's like doctors, they've got to know a lot.
Of course.
But like the AI should be helping them to be like, oh, actually you've got this, or like for instance, what was it, the back pain or something like that, or like a shoulder, where it's actually your liver.
Oh yeah. Your gallbladder's got but your gallbladder's got a nerve that links to your shoulder. Whereby if you've got a problem where you can't digest too much fats, for example, if you eat loads of like butter or eggs or even cheese, for example, me, or even nuts, like me, every time I eat too much like nuts, right, cashews and stuff like that, I actually get shooting back pain.
Yeah.
Because there's a nerve. Whereby if your gallbladder doesn't produce enough, you know, bile to, you know, soften the fat, it creates a pinched nerve from your gallbladder directly to your back. So that's why there's people who like, you know what I mean? If you're like a brother that eat loads of like cashews and peanuts and stuff like that, if you always have like pain in your shoulder where it feels like it ain't going away, sometimes if you even take a period of time of not eating those cashews and peanuts and stuff like that, you actually notice that pain goes on that point. The point is it? Oh right. See? He has the same problem. Hey, spirit, innit?
You know, West
Dr.
Africans,
Shacks.
West Africans love eating peanuts.
Yeah, bro, same, man. But, yeah. But the point is, even that on a basic level, bro, they know. They know. Like, even if you have a problem with certain nails, your nails has got a story like on your body. You know, if you've got certain
Foot
marks
as
on your
well.
nails, thumbs as well, but guess what? ESO makes more money with people being sick.
Of course.
Shit. Shit, man. Even man's mum, bro. You know, this week, well, you know, I mean, I've been saying, mum, don't do it because she started taking the fucking Ozempic.
Wait,
But she got what's that? Type 2 diabetes. So her actual doctor prescribed it.
yeah, they could prescribe it.
Oh right, I
I've
thought
had-
they just
no,
prescribe
no.
it in the States.
Her actual doctor called her like on the phone on speaker.
But no,
And
that's,
I was about to take the phone and blast him, bro.
no, but that's what they prescribe to them for people who have trouble with weight
Yeah,
loss. isn't it?
yeah.
Type 2 diabetes
For
and
like
stuff,
people who have trouble with weight loss, but as well, it's actually used for people with fucking diabetes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I heard the doctor on the phone, oh, you know, if you pick up your first, you know, month's worth of Ozempic, you know, it should help with your type 2. And I almost felt like grabbing the phone and be like, I've not heard anything on diet advice here. I didn't hear in that conversation, I didn't hear a word on diet advice. That's why Esau's a devil, man.
They say a cured patient is a lost patient.
That's it. That's what they say.
He forges a lie.
Forges a lie.
So that's like my mom's brother, bro. They told that guy, because he had prostate, innit? Told him, jump on the chemotherapy straight away. Bro, they blasted him to the point where he couldn't even stand up, bro. He was and I used to be a sailor, bro. He used to jump on ships and sail and all of that. And I was telling my mom, I'm trying to tell him, you know, West Africans, are they trying to hear that? My doctor said chemotherapy, so well,
You know, Jake's stupid, they were listening
now
to
man, fucking underground, bro.
So they're going to the, you know, doing the herbs and
Taking the herbs. Even on a prostate, one of the best thing for your prostate is pumpkin seeds. That's probably one of the, and that's also good for parasites.
Yeah.
Well, one of the best things.
You-
Like it kills worms.
God, this is good to know. You know, my granddad has he had something wrong with his prostate, but even on that one, bro, one of the things I find very fucking funny is with all Esau's technological advances, he still says the only way to test your prostate is to stick a finger up your butt.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's how you know he's a devil.
With all the advancements in technology, that's the only way to do it. Here it is, you can get MRI scans, you can have this scan, but the only way to go to show you this is the kind of man we're dealing with, man.
But he's so advanced and
Yeah.
civilized. You know?
Esau just a fucking devil.
Yeah, which you know that, and that's the thing, you know that doctor's a freak, man. You know, then also you get a gynecologist and stuff like that. You know he's a freak. You had the one that had his watch had a camera on it.
Yeah.
So then here it is, he was all like, you know, helping the women and that. But real time, he was actually taking pictures of their box, man.
Freak, man. Hey, even remember there was that lady. She went for a tooth checkup, dentist. They put her to sleep. 2 weeks later, she was pregnant. For real.
Nah.
She was actually she came out pregnant, man. This was a freak. I remember.
what's next after that?
We was reading a bit in Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14:7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee.
If I can add on that, Salaki, but Esau thinks that without him, that the world is just gonna end.
Yeah.
But no, the world is gonna get better. You'll be watching these. I love watching nature documentaries, man. Right, and you see, but then it's what we're doing to the planet. No, nigga, it's you.
You're the cancer of the earth.
That's it.
Yeah. He actually is the cancer of the earth.
Before he came to the new world,
Yeah.
the natives and all of that, they was living off
In
the land.
harmony.
They was, you know, migrating and doing what they was doing. You know, everything was in harmonious. They had all the gold. They had gold. They had all that stuff, and they was using it the way they were supposed to use it. They weren't, you know, abusing it. As soon as Esau came over there, he started pillaging, stealing, drilling this, drilling that, and it's creating death everywhere he goes.
It's better than Native American sayings on that. There was even one guy, he was like, one of the natives, the chiefs, he was like, before white man come, native man have sex with woman, animal, have plenty of buffalo, land reproduce itself. Only the white man could think he was smart enough
to build a better system. Yeah.
Well, that's why even on the buffaloes, he would pay people to hunt buffaloes. You seen that picture? Of
there's
millions
mad.
of skulls of the buffalo.
He's got to pay for that.
The master standing there.
He's got to pay for
Because
that.
people was getting paid to kill Gad's food supply, the native food supply.
Fucking devils, bro.
That's what Esau does, man.
Right.
And on top of that, he was murdering the women and
Man,
children,
with the women and children.
slaving them.
Oh, fuck this guy, man.
That's why we're gonna have fun taking these devils down, man.
That's right.
You know.
And you know, there's some crazy jakes as well, man. So the kingdom, bro, like Esau's gonna be,
You ain't gonna get no mercy.
no mercy, bro. I remember Apostles, I was like, yeah, man, the Most High gonna have to bring crackers from outer space.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have a lot of bent up, frustration taken out on these devils, man. So it's gonna look like the way we're gonna be massacring Esau and all that there's gonna be none left. But no, there's gonna be some spare.
Yeah, man.
We'll find you somewhere, somehow. Anyway.
Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feather has come up against
Yeah.
us.
So all these other nations, and even in spirit, the earth
The earth's
itself,
gonna rejoice, man.
the earth itself is gonna
The earth's gonna be at rest for once.
these other nations, even as well, gonna be like shit.
No more,
Finally.
no more fracking up the earth and all that.
Yeah.
Drilling up the earth for oil and shit.
Yeah.
Stealing resources. So the earth's gonna
Cutting down
even
the trees.
rejuvenate and get its full, cycle
Yeah.
again and all that.
Yeah.
Rest and all that like it's supposed to have.
Yeah. Do you remember when everything was made, the powers saw it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
It was good. So I'm not, you know what I mean?
So good.
It was good. So good.
Well, just look at Gaza right now.
Yeah,
It's nothing but bricks, stubble and rubble.
Yeah.
Man. But when we go back to the land, it's gonna be the land flowing with
Yeah.
milk and honey.
Milk and honey. Bro, he's really trying to say the earth is being destroyed because of cows farting.
I know, bro, yeah, we got
What
some
is that?
cows
He's
farting.
the cow that's fighting.
Yeah, he's the cow that's farting. Like, he's saying the cows.
They're a danger to humanity.
Bro, a cow didn't make plastic bottles.
Plastic bottle.
You know what I mean? Like a cow isn't making packs of cigarettes, bro. Oh, they experimented with asbestos in cigarettes in the 50s to actually test how much it harms people.
Wow.
They knew asbestos could cause cancer.
Wow.
There's those certain brands of cancer.
Basic.
Yeah.
Cancer sticks. Yeah.
Cancer sticks that had asbestos in the filters.
Yeah, they definitely.
And they knew that.
Yeah, they do.
Teflon.
Bro, if we start on Teflon, man, camp gonna go for 5 hours. You know what I mean? But for real, even that, 99% of Earth is implanted with those chemicals.
Forever
man.
chemicals.
Forever
Yeah.
chemicals, man.
Esau's got a lot to pay for, but that's what ultimately, man, he's just gonna have to be taken out,
Let's
man.
go, man.
Yeah,
That's
you gotta serve us first
Yeah.
for 1,000 years, and then we're gonna discard
Discarded.
Discard
Mm-hmm.
it.
Thou from belief is moved to thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. They have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, man.
Yes, the hell from beneath is ready to meet you. I mean, you're gonna be brought to a lower state, and that's where you're supposed to be anyway. 'Cause you are the natural beast man of the earth. You're the basis of men. So you're gonna revert back to type, back to being the low, despicable, vile person that you are, and you're not gonna be looking so trim and proper like you do nowadays with your Gillette razors and all that. You're gonna revert back to looking like the beast man that you originally was. Not too long ago in the caves of South Georgia, Russia, man. And before that, Mount Petra and all that. Cavemen, the cave monkeys of the earth. That's how you're gonna be treated. Men, women, and children, and we're gonna take your children and dash them against the stone. That's gonna be one of our celebrations in the kingdom.
You know what? Which it's in that. I remember when I first read that precept, man. When the Lord first opened up my eyes, that was a hard one. But then when you start learning what Esau has been doing, you start understanding who this man is, still is, and is planning to do. Man, you get down with it, man.
Alligator bait.
Alligator bait.
You
You
know,
well, you mentioned Antiochus again, right here, and it's one of the things that always gets me. Esau likes to say that he is, the protector of women and children, but it's just like, nah. But look at your track record, though.
Like, there's so many other forms of bait, bro.
Yeah.
Chicken, there's piece of
fish on a fucking string. Why does it have to be a baby, man?
Dude, that was him just showing his anger, man.
That's that Ezekiel.
That's that hatred. It's like not
Mental
anger, hatred. Yeah,
That's why,
you know.
But man, he's gonna get the same.
He's gonna get, and that's it. The more you start growing in this, and you know, the Lord starts building you up. The more you just get down with that, man. The more you just want to punish this man.
Because even the other day they showed 12 years a slave again. Solomon Nofa, OG for that guy's name. What can't remember his name? It's like it's OG for Chiwetel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had the black girl who ran away and came back. And then the Edomite came out and said, "Get extract the life from her." And all that.
Yeah.
You know, and then you had to whip her back and all that. And her back looked like, that just looked crazy, man. That was the average Jake. Getting them road maps on their back. You had the other guy,
What's that?
whose name Pete. Will Smith played him.
Yeah, that's it.
Will Smith played him in that slave movie.
Yeah.
And his back was like a fucking road map, man. That's the average Jake.
It's that famous picture.
Yeah.
The famous
Sitting
famous
down.
one of the Jake sitting down. That's his back, man.
And he went to fight for the devil even after that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
Is Israel a homeborn
that's
slave?
it. So we got this devil's got to pay for all that, man. That and then some, man. You know, for
Double.
mental slavery as well. You know, it's breaking us down spiritually, mentally, physically. You got to pay for all that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And like Esau, man, no one likes you. Like, you feel like, you know, things can't continue if I'm taken down. No, bro. Like in the kingdom, man, you're gonna have no say. Like, you know what I mean? Now, even now, no one really no one likes you.
He's
Except
convenient.
Jake. You know what I mean?
Esau's convenient.
He's just convenient.
As we were saying, we were speaking about the relationship with America. It's a convenient situation, right? If you're one of these people that want to better your life, get with the Edomite. That's what they're thinking, because they're thinking it from a financial perspective, right? But what does the scripture say? I removed that covering cast, man. That's what's happening, man. People are starting to see this devil for who he really is. And you know what? I think about this every now and then, but the internet is such that people are now starting to look at Jake a little different. That actually we're not all Kodak blacks, right?
He's fucked. He's cooked right now. You see him? He's middle of the street eating chicken.
That's it, man. That's the lost niggas. But the Lord's setting up a distinction, showing that, you know, there's real men out there, known as the men of the Lord. It's going to be shown even more over time, because the Lord said that in the land of our captivity, that's where he's going to receive the fame. In the land where he's put to shame, he's going to receive fame in the land. So those men are going to be more and more, you know, exalted in these last days. Starting from the apostles and elders, the great most, especially when they make that man to see it mandatory, man. GMS's name is going to be ringing bells like never before, man. Trust and believe, you know. So if anyone ain't got no more precepts, obviously just close out the week. But you know, give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kodash.
double honors to the apostle, the great millstone. Shalom until next week. Shalom.
Shalom.